Our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the ISNF BladeNode Cup Series here on ESBN, Esports Broadcasting Network YouTube channel. I am Jason and I am joined by Liam today. Hello Liam.
How are we doing today, folks? We are going to have a fantastic race in store. We got 200 laps at one of the toughest mile-long tracks in the country. I mean, we're going to see a lot of crazy action, a lot of good racing, side-by-side battles, and huge playoff points, or not playoff points, but, you know, a chase berth is, I mean, it's up for grabs for a lot of these, or a couple of these guys. I apologize.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a very good one. Obviously, the top 12 going into the chase for the final races of the season, and it's definitely one of the better ones to join us for, I think, Liam. But speaking of joining us, we have Ria Ferris here again with us today. Hello, Ria.
Gentlemen, how are ya?
Fantastic. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great. And yeah, it's going to be a pretty full race at such a short track. Not a lot of real estate to hold this many cars, but we're going to do the best we can tonight. Hopefully we'll put on a good show for everybody. But I wanted to bring on a special guest, one of our most loyal, actually probably the most loyal driver that we have. He's making his 100th career ISNF start tonight. And with that, I'm going to present him the ISNF Ironman Award. And he has been racing every series that we've been throwing at him. He's not even one of our founding members, so he started from kind of behind the 8 ball. He has more starts than I do. Daytona 500 winner at the beginning of this season, runner-up in Cup points last season. He has 3 total wins under his belt. Brian Chu, I don't know where to begin. Thank you very much for everything that you've done for the league, adminning, being part of it, being a mentor to others. I'm pretty much out of words at this point. Could you walk us through some of the best things that you remember looking back at your 100 starts, and maybe one or two of your personal favorite memories, besides racing with me and getting beat by a Ford every week? That is.
You mean seeing you in my rearview mirror? I mean, well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy. It's 100 races because it doesn't seem like that, but I know we've done so many series, so it kind of adds up quickly. And it works out timing with me being off on weekends and stuff. So appreciate you keeping me around for the league, and you know, I've seen a lot of changes, a lot of ups, a lot of downs. But for the most part, you know, I have a lot of fun, and that's kind of what I look forward most to. You know, I do this to enjoy myself, and it's a hobby, and getting okay at it. And probably the best moments, obviously, Daytona 500 has got to be the best moment for me. You know, racing that many laps, and I also did that whole race with 0 incident points, no wrecks.
Oh man!
So I'm almost more proud of that than actually winning the race, because I think I was the only one in the whole race without a incident point. So. Just stuff like that. I mean, just that's by far the top moment. I mean, I've won a couple other races, but had a lot of bad luck at a lot of other races. Led some laps at other races, so it's been fun year, or a year and a half, or how long this has been. But appreciate that Ironman award. I'll take it. I was a big Cal Ripken Jr. fan, so he was a Ironman as well. So I'm in good company. I'll take it.
gift in the works, but I'll present it to you at a later time. But I had to bring you on here. I mean, this is definitely a milestone. The next driver down the list is Jason Ricketts at 72, which is really good too, but he's nowhere near you. So for you to be the first one to crack 100 by a long shot, congratulations on that, my friend. And I know you're having some technical difficulties over there. I don't want to hold you up too much, but if the commentators have anything further, by all means.
I was going to say 100 starts. That's a huge deal. I mean, obviously, Ria mentioned how big that is by a long shot too. You talked about Daytona. What's I don't know. What's kind of another memory you got racing with these guys? What's something good?
Well, honestly, it's racing in so many different series. It's kind of a challenge, but it's also enabled me to learn how to race in so many different types of series. So a lot of other leagues, we do kind of just one series. So what happens is you get decent at the one car, but then you try to race with some other guys at other cars, and you have problems with it. So being able to kind of skip around and just learning each car, that's kind of what my goal is, to get better in each car, and that way when I go into other official races and whatnot, I don't look like a total fool. And so it's more just the unique chance to skip around and do a bunch of races with a bunch of different guys, and then just meeting a lot of the guys, because a lot of them are kind of my buddies now, which is, I'm 42 years old. To say I have buddies that are online, it's kind of, a lot of my friends will make fun of me for it, but I think my better memories are just kind of making some of the friends that I do have now, and then just teaching me some of the guys I've raced with is kind of like Travis Browder's my teammate. He's been such a huge help to me. Just teaching me, showing me the works and showing me the better lines and helping me out and to become a better driver. And my number one goal when I drive is to kind of take care of my car. I like the zero fast repair rule, because I think we should all try to take care of the cars out there. So it's more just the camaraderie with everyone. That's kind of my best memories, more than the actual races.
That's awesome, man. Beautifully spoken.
Sorry, just one thing from me. I just wanted to congratulate you again, because obviously 100 race starts is brilliant, but you definitely haven't done it from just being around at the back as well, because you've got 67 top 10s in all of that. So, well, that's nearly as many top 10s as the next guy behind has races. So, congrats again on that one.
All right, well, thank you so much, guys. I'm hoping to get in this race tonight. I do have a wheel issue, so let me get a couple minutes here to try to fix it, and hopefully you'll see me out there.
Well, thanks for joining us, bud.
All right, thank you.
Once again.
Yep,
Yeah,
thank you.
That was Brian Chu, once again making his
Brian Chu.
100th start here, hopefully tonight. Mentioned some wheel issues there. We're hoping he can get that figured out here. He's got a couple minutes for qualifying, but
So
that's a really cool deal you've got with that Ironman award too.
yeah, for sure. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and let you go. I appreciate your feature tonight, and good luck to all the chase drivers out there. There's quite a few that could still make it. I'm very excited to see who ends up making it at the end of the day. I'm sure that's going to be a topic of conversation all night. So good luck in the booth, and we'll catch you later, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Best of luck on track.
You're welcome. Thank you.
There's Ria Ferris joining us before the start of the race. Qualifying going on now as we look at Michael Smith making a lap.
Yeah, and while we do that, I think it's pretty good to have a look at the points battle, because obviously that's what we're going to be here for. We want to go through the grid before the start of the race, so what better time than qualifying to have a look at the points.
Yes,
I think it's fair to say that some of these top guys are completely safe, because you get, let me just check it, you get 175 points for a win, and then 5 points for leading one or more laps, leading the most laps, doing a 0x race and getting pole position. So maximum points you can get out of a race weekend is 195.
And it's looking like we've got, I believe, 38 cars currently in here. We get 39 if we can get Brian Chu, which would mean 46 is the least amount of points you can get. So if you max out, you said 195 is the max you can get. The most you can gain on somebody is still going to be that's going to be, I think, 149. So
yep, and
that's kind of that magic number. If you can stay within 149 of that playoff spot, we'll have to see. We've got a lot of guys pretty close here, though.
Yeah, so that puts everyone, including Casey Tomlinson, in with a shout. It says it still has on the points graphics Ricky Hudgens and Pete Woodrum. They have both left the league, so they will not be able to be in the chase, obviously, because they're not in the league. So it's basically everyone: Russell Brack, Michael Iskandar, and Casey Tomlinson currently outside of the chase points positions, but they still can make it. Theoretically, it just depends pretty much entirely on how Travis Browder's race goes, and I'm pretty sure mathematically Jamie Kerr and Up are safe.
I believe so.
Yep. Yeah. There's no way Russell Brack is going to be overtaking Jamie Kerr. So Jamie Kerr and Up are safe. So the drivers we are looking at competing for their spots in the chase currently are John Hopley, Joe Manis, Travis Browder, Russell Brack, Michael Iskandar, and Casey Tomlinson.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot to watch. It's going to be a huge battle. A lot of fun to tune into as we approach the beginning of this race. Just about a minute until we get ready to grid up here.
Yep, I'm just checking whether all of these drivers are here. I believe they are all here. So that's yeah, that is definitely going to be a good battle to watch. We've got some guys choosing not to qualify. In fact, it's about half the grid choosing not to qualify this time around by the looks of things, because everyone up until 21st has set a lap, although I think Brian Treadwell's on a lap at the moment.
Yeah, with only a couple seconds here left in qualifying, you got to wonder if some of these guys are kind of thinking, if I can't start up at the front, I definitely don't want to find myself stuck in the middle. So,
yeah.
Kind of trying to choose their own fate by staying out or staying in the pits instead of putting down a qualifying lap.
Yeah, we've got possibly one of the biggest grids that you can get, as we see Brian Treadwell there in qualifying, just taking a trip into the inside wall after turn 2. But nevertheless, everyone has qualified, and we will run through the race order. Do you want to go 10 each?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, sure. So we have Marcus Hagman on pole, very closely followed by Skylar Carnes in second place. Second row is Landon Mills and Austin Cook. And we've got Travis Browder in fifth, one of the drivers looking to secure his place in the chase. So strong grid position for him. Jalen Battle is in sixth, with Zach Phillips in seventh. Gavin Marlin is in eighth, and I have been told that this is one of our rising superstars, only 10 years of age, if I remember correctly.
Wow.
So that's pretty insane from him. William Karp in ninth, and Tanner Nowell is in 10th.
Yeah, just outside the top 10 here, we've got Michael Smith in 11th, then John Neidick Jr., P. Van Sprundell, I don't know what the P is, I apologize. Kyle Terrio, Russell Brodka, another one of these playoff or chase hopefuls that we're going to be watching. Jamie Kerr, safe, it would seem. Joe Berge, Marshall Harris, Mike Iskandar, another playoff hopeful, a chase hopeful, and then Dave Korchesny, rounding out our top 20.
Yeah, then we've got Ria Ferris in 21st with Matt Wagner 22nd. Kobe Sutphin is in 23rd with JB Banner in 24th. I forgot to mention Matt Wagner, the first of those drivers, choosing not to qualify. 25th is occupied by Albert Hewins, and 26th we've got Joey Manis, who is another one of the Chase hopefuls. He chose to start around the back. We'll see whether that works out for him. Johnny Castle is in 27th, and 28th is occupied by Jacob Black. 29th is Brian Treadwell, and in 30th position is Isaac Wilson.
Yeah, rounding out the field here, Derek Cook in 31st, John Hopley 32nd, Thomas Stanley, Casey Tomlinson starting towards the back. That's a big mountain to overcome if he wants to make the chase. 34th place, Ethan Woodward in 35th, Bob Wickoff in 36th, and 37th. Rounding out the field is Braden Black. I do see that Brian Chu has connected, so it is possible he might be able to start from the pit lane, but we'll have to see how that goes. And I tell you what, these cars are ready to get rolling. We're waiting for these drivers to all get on the grid. I'm pumped. This race is going to be insane.
Yeah, absolutely. We've still got a few drivers who haven't gridded. So maybe these guys are choosing to start from the pit lane rather than start where they would have been.
That is definitely a possibility. Huge field, and not a lot of these guys are. Racing for what somebody like Casey Tomlinson or Russell Brodka is. So
yeah. In fact,
I don't know, man. This is gonna be great.
It's such a big field that that my iRacing doesn't want to load all the cars. You probably saw me. Anyone watching the stream probably saw me changing my settings there to see if I could get it to work, but it never seems to want to work. So apologies if any of the replays are unavailable to us, but.
Do our best to
we'll do our best and
get everything you can, and that just kind of is it's a testament to the competitive level of this league.
Yeah.
I mean, the INSF or I'm sorry, tripping over my words here, but I mean we've got 37 of some of the greatest iRacers on the service showing up here for a race at New Hampshire, the Magic Mile. A lot of guys hoping for some magic today. And since it is just over 1 mile, we are only going to have the one pace lap. Lights are off on the pace car. You see that Rick Ware car, Marcus Hagman, starting on the pole, waiting for that pace car. Waiting for the pace car to dive in. There he goes. Green flag is out. We are underway here at New Hampshire. A great start from the outside, Skylar Carnes. He's going to get out front. Clear of Marcus Hagman going into turn number 1. Racing side by side for third place. Some 3-wide action going on towards the middle of the pack. It looked like the 24 car was he's still in the middle, it looks like. Down the back straightaway, watching Travis Browder rock the outside lane. That seems to be where most people have been wanting to run throughout the course of practice, what I was seeing. It's going to be kind of tough to make moves happen on the inside. Got to try to keep that momentum rolling as you see Joe Berge working the inside of the 32 car of Kyle Terrio. There's a caution. Around is the 20 car. Landon Mills.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happened there. Hopefully we can see what happened. It looks like is that just contact with the 33 of Austin Cook? Yeah. A little bit of bump from the Austin Cook turns him into the outside wall. Only a small hit though, so probably not a lot of damage on that car, but still sends him pretty much right to the back.
Yeah, running in third place there. A little bit of contact from the 33 Austin Cook. Obviously nothing intentional, just some hard racing early on. You hate to see it for the 20 car, but yeah, like you said, a small bit of damage to that back end. Hopefully you should be able to get that beat back out, get that spoiler back up in the air, and still have some downforce to run 197 more laps.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be fine to continue on in this race without having to pit too many more times than he would have hoped to, since that was quite a small hit. But it'll be interesting to see whether they try double file again or decide to go single file, because this league does, if they sort of have a double file restart or start and it goes pretty wrong, then they tend to go single file just to get things underway.
Well, I don't know that there was an issue necessarily with the restart there so much as it was just, you know, it was just kind of a racing deal, it seemed. We only saw the one look at it, but two guys kind of going for the same real estate. I'm sure he thought in the 33 that he was maybe going to be clear behind the 20 car there. The run just didn't quite happen quick enough for Landon Mills there, and it got turned around. So an unfortunate deal for him to start this race, but yeah, we got 197 to go. This is a long one. While we're on the topic of long ones, 200 laps here today, 400 laps next weekend to start off the chase. We got the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway at a special start time of 3:30 Eastern to account for the extra, well, the 400 more miles than we're running today. So tune in for that. That's going to be a good show. Definitely not going to want to miss that. That's going to be the ultimate battle of attrition, fatigue, and well, I mean, that's going to be a huge mental game. I don't know if you're too big in endurance racing there, Jason, but about as close as it gets.
I mean, yeah, my main endurance racing knowledge comes from road endurance racing, but the oval stuff is a pretty different thing, because on road normally you do 1-2 hours in the car, then get out. Oval, you're just there for however long the race takes, so it's definitely a different game, and that's one that I'm definitely looking forward to. But still under caution here. The lights are probably going to go out next lap around, so we should be pretty close to getting back underway here.
Looks like Brian Chu is not able to figure out his technical difficulties so far. He might have taken the grid. We're not taking the grid. He might have gotten... He got into the session, so he should be 38th, but he hasn't taken the start yet, so... Can't imagine he's too terribly concerned about it right now, given the points battle he's not a part of.
Yep. Well,
we are doing a single file restart.
Yeah, it does look like it. And just want to take the opportunity to apologise once again, since I can't have all the cars loaded for some reason. It does affect the timing somewhat with cars that are not loaded in. Their progress doesn't show up properly, so if you see a driver that's down towards the bottom that really that isn't that far back, that's the issue, but we go green.
Green flag back in the air, a monster jump for Skylar Carnes. Once again, he's going to get a couple of car lengths here of a lead. Down to the bottom goes the 33 of Austin Cook, trying to make a move down to the inside of that 54 of... scroll up here, there's so many cars in the field. Trying to get to the back of Marcus Hagman there. So it looks like we're going to try a move, not quite. 62 was looking to the inside of Jalen Battle, but...
He's there now.
He is there. He's sideways off the corner. Nice save there from the 62 car. Coming off the corner, Zach Phillips going to lose a couple of spots here, but going to try to hold her back here and slide in front of this 99 car. Sideways for the 99 coming up off of 2. These guys are really wheeling these cars coming around this 1 mile oval.
Yeah, they just got to keep it together to be able to make the places. Looks like we are side by side Carl Terrio, and I believe that's John Dennis Jr. Yes, it is. Terrio just managing to make the move there out of 4. And might be looking here on William Karp as well. He's looking to make some pretty quick progress. As that's the
huge
10 car at Jamie Kerr. Because he's looking to make up spots.
Let it spin down the back straightaway. Into the wall is the 2 car. We've got a crash. Looked like the 43 car got turned around coming up off of turn number 2 here. And then potentially an unrelated incident. Yeah, looks like
43 just dropped it.
Oh, and sideways was the 2 getting into the wall.
Yeah,
and
I think.
Nowhere to go for... Who was that?
Hang on. Let's see. I think that was just in avoidance, actually. That was.
The 2's going to get into the wall. He sideways gets the wall, and somebody runs into him.
Yeah, Matt Wagner was just sort of
Jacob Black in
overreacting.
the 49.
Yeah, it looks like he was just sort of overreacting, trying to avoid the spinning car of Michael Iskandar.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. I mean, if you're going to have a spin, that's probably the best way to do it there for Iskandar, but I want to say the 2 car, he was a little bit sideways coming up off of 2, and that's why he got the wall. It's a tough deal for both of them. Jacob Black in the 49 with nowhere to go as he came back down the track, and hopefully these guys can get those fenders beat out and get a repair job done and back out on the track without losing too much time.
Yeah, that would be good, but up here at the front, there's not much that has changed. As we see the 15 of Joey Burgee going around, he's going to get his lap back. As I was saying, not much changed at the top. We've got Skylar Carnes, then Marcus Hagman, then Austin Cook, then Travis Browder, then Jalen Battle is your top 5. Just after that is Gavin Marlin in the 3 car. It's his first race with ISNF. And that does just confirm it there, the graphic, age 10. That is not a typo.
Yeah, this kid is he's incredibly talented. He's been driving go-karts since the age of 3. He's won numerous times out there on that scene, and now he's looking to be our young William Byron. Get started on the computer.
Yeah,
Currently running 6th place. Not a bad start for him. He started in the top 10, and
I'll make sure to try and remember the name for potentially the real life Cup Series in about 10 years' time.
for sure. Yeah, started 8th, currently sitting in 6th place. Gained a few spots at the start, but not a bad showing. 12 laps into this event so far. Should get the 1 to green this time around.
Yeah, if we just look further back, currently our biggest gainer is Braden Black in the 95 car. He's gone up 21 spots from the start, from what I can see.
A little bit of damage on the front end of that 53 car there. Russell Brodka maybe got involved in a little bit of contact, some checking up for that last crash potentially.
Maybe, but I'll look a bit more forward to the front here, as it looks like we are going to go double file for this one, so we'll try it again, 2x2.
Yeah, Marcus Hagman's going to try to hope he gets a monster start on the 19, but so far in these the initial start and the restart, the 19 has been strong. He's gotten a massive jump both times and doesn't really have to worry about what's behind him.
Yeah, although maybe it's the maybe it was the outside lane working for him. Maybe there's just more grip to get the power down, minimize the wheel spin.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this restart plays out. We know the outside has been more dominant than the inside, but guys really been able to sling it in deep and make some moves happen. So pace car dives in once again. Ready for the restart? Who's ready for it? Green flag is out, and the 19 was ready. Gets clear of Hagman there. Tyler Carnes works his way through the first corner. Austin Cook trying to make a move, trying to lock in 3rd place as he's going to slide up off of 2. Not quite. Looks like everybody's going to get through cleanly down the back straightaway. Nice side-by-side action here going on with the 18 working the outside of the 27 car. We're going to Jalen Battle and Travis Browder. There's Gavin Marlin. Oh, sideways is this 27 there, Battle off of 2.
Yeah, that's going to work out perfectly for Tan and Owl, who's now up to 5th, well, 6th or 5th, depending on how this goes.
The
contact
slide
there!
into the wall is
Oh,
the
I
22
shouldn't have
car
spoken.
Tanner Nowell.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Oh, no. That was a tough one. It looked like Battle slid up just a little bit, and then it almost looked like a netcode. JP Banner and Johnny Castle have crashed. Bob Wickoff is also involved in an incident.
Ooh.
That's a big one there on the front straightaway.
I was going to say, it looks like there was a lot more than just that. Tanner, if you watch this back, I am sorry for cursing you. But looks like everyone just had to slow down. Was there a track blockage up ahead? I need to try.
Yeah, the 10 car is stopped up against the wall, and it looks like the 95 was stuck behind him without a front end.
Let me try and physically rewind this a bit, because everyone was just stopped. Had to be for a reason.
Yeah, it was the 10 car stopped up against the wall there.
Yeah.
Oh, the 24 got turned as well.
Never mind. Yeah, it was just everyone basically stopping nicely for the incident that was up ahead. But that's really unfortunate for Tanner.
Yeah, it really is. We're going to have to... that initial contact, it looked a little fishy. I think some netcode might have been a factor in that, because we were watching that battle as it happened. Jalen got deep into the corner. Try to dissect this here. Yeah, just a little bit of contact, but it almost launched... It seems to have launched that 22 car up into the air and sent it backwards into the wall. He hit pretty hard, and the 10 car got into Tanner as he was driving through. So he came down the track, ran into the back of the 24, who bounced off the 66. There was a lot going on there.
Overall, just everything happening in all in one go then.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big one to try to dissect here. The 13, John Nidich Jr., had a piece of that. Almost got through it, but the 66 coming back up the track. Got him involved in there.
Yeah,
So a massive crash down the front straightaway after contact with Jalen Battle and 22 of Tanner Nowell. Going to put us under caution for the third time in just first 20 laps.
Yeah, I've got a feeling that might not be our last big one. Obviously, we've got so many cars on a mile of track, then something's bound to happen. We're probably going to be seeing a few drivers here falling short of the incident limit. And, well, not falling short, falling foul of it.
That is definitely a possibility.
Double?
So we're doubling up here once again. But yeah, that's definitely a possibility. You mentioned how small this track is here. And all of these cars, we've got 29 cars still on the lead lap. That 24 car sitting in 8th place, he's missing the front end. He's still rocking a top 10 spot. So Aero's not going to be a super, super huge deal here.
Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, the more flat out tracks, you'll need that aero, but.
Yeah, and with this being about a mile long, we are running that low downforce, high horsepower package, which is honestly probably why you're seeing some of these guys get so squirrely, just because it is a little bit different than what you're used to seeing in, say, the 1.5 mile package.
Yeah, but we are coming now. Pace car is off. We are coming to the green. And the 19 is going to go. 33 is following him straight away. We'll see if he can get clear of the 54 here. Hagman not been too great on the restarts.
No, he has not been. He's been snookered almost every time. We've got a 3-wide battle towards the middle of the pack here. Looks like the 24 car getting past now. That damage might be a little bit worse than he thought. He's going to fall back a couple more spots. He's all the way back into 15th place. Caution is out once again.
What was it for? Because I'm not being told.
I am not seeing any incidents.
Oh, I just
Oh, there
managed
is an
to
incident.
I just managed to get it on my first try. There we go.
Okay, we're gonna see. Oh, that's
Oh.
bad. Oh, whoa.
Whoa!
What was
He just come
that
down?
about? I wonder if you didn't expect him to be closing so quickly. Didn't expect him to be there, but that's
Yeah.
a tough time to make that turn in.
I'm just saying, that just felt like the 16 just came down. I don't know, but I'm not the expert on these things. I'm more of a road guy myself, but I just see the crashes happen and commentate over them. I'm not one to say who's at fault.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that's a tough one. Sitting on board there, trying to look at the onboard. I can't really make a call. 22 was closing pretty big on the inside. That was definitely early to turn into the corner. I don't know what the lane change was for, but unfortunately Tanner now is caught up in his second crash in as many cautions, and that one was a hefty hit.
Yeah, that's unfortunate how it's gone. So he's going to have a lot of work here, but good thing is time is on his side. If he's having these crashes now about a tenth of the way into the race, then if he can keep his nose clean from now on, if he's not got any big unrepairable damage, then he could still make it up to some decent spots. And honestly, I think if you finish the race, like if you see the checkered flag, then you're in for some good points anyway.
Oh yeah, with how this has gone so far, such a tight track, kind of tough to pass here. It's kind of tough to make moves stick. So we saw earlier with Battle and Noel, Tanner and Owl getting together. These guys are gonna throw it in and try to push each other, try to get on each other's doors. New Hampshire's one of the biggest short tracks we have.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what they do restart wise here. Are they gonna be single file this time? I think they would probably try and get a single file, because we had a decent little run after the single file restart.
Yeah, we'll double check here, but I would imagine we'd probably go single file this time, just given the flurry of cautions we've had to start. Yep, looks like these guys are staying single file. Michael Smith being given an EOL going to the back of the field. So we still got over 175 laps to go here, and we are already seeing how attrition has played into effect. We've got 26 cars now on the lead lap. A lot of guys have been caught up in some problems, including Jacob Black, obviously Tanner Knoll involved in that last one. William Karp in the 99, he's a lap down, I believe. Matt Wagner with an issue earlier on as well. He's currently in the pits.
Yeah, I'm just going to switch down to Derek Cook so it updates, but yeah, it does look like that is all true. Try and get back up to the front here for the green flag, and Skylar Khan's getting away well again.
That's been the theme of the night so far. A huge gap as there's Gavin Marlin trying to make a slider work on the 33 of cautions come out once again. That was a quick one.
Yeah, well, Marlin in the 3 car managed to make it stick pretty much immediately, and Tanner Nell's jumped to the pits, so I wonder whether that was because of an incident. Can I see it, please? Nope, I am not allowed to see why. Thank you, iRacing. So sorry about that. I would have seen that, but couldn't get there. If anyone saw any issues in my settings earlier, then please let me know. Because my PC is definitely powerful enough to draw all the cards. It's just choosing not to, I think, for some reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that caution came from either.
Well, either way, we have it, so that basically just is how it is. Just gonna make some notes here on what points people are going to need.
Yeah, that's not totally sure what happened with that caution there, so apologies for any technical difficulties we've got going on.
Yes, I think we can have a another look at the big movers of the race. Brian Treadwell in the 48 has come up 18 spots so far. So he's done,
big jump for him.
Yeah, he's done well so far. We've got Casey Tomlinson and Ethan Woodward in the 7 and 9 respectively, both on 16 places gained as well. So
yeah, they started next to each other. They haven't been able to get away from each other so far.
Yeah, well, their numbers are pretty close to each other as well. So
yeah, Napa Auto Parts number 9. Used to seeing that in Victory Lane. Ethan Woodward hoping to get that done today. He's made his way up, like you said, 16 spots after starting in 35th spot. Didn't take a lap in qualifying, and I mean, there's a lot of attrition going on so far, but huge moves coming from this guy to get himself into the top 20, and he's got a long way to go to get up to the front, but he's got plenty of time.
Yeah, absolutely. Time is what all of these drivers have, as lights on the pace car are out again. Going to go for another single file restart here. Hopefully we can have a green flag period that is longer than 2 corners.
Yeah, I think we've made it a few laps before, but try to make it a few more here. So pace car dives in. Green flag out once again. Not quite as big of a jump for the 19 this time around. 54 of Hagman's able to kind of stick around with him. A huge move coming from the 18, Travis Browder. Going to try to slide up in front of that 33. No, he doesn't try to slide up. He stays on the bottom. Not going to get a run up off the corner, as now to the outside, the 33 looks onto the 3 of Gavin Marlin. Wide and handsome is the strategy this time around for 33, Austin Cook, as he's going to make that pass happen. And now under fire, Gavin Marlin is from the 18, Travis Browder.
Yeah, look, the 3 tried to move up there, but Travis Browder just about sticking his nose in time, so he's going to have he's going to be side by side with him now. The outside line is pretty powerful here so far, as we've got a caution now again.
There, Casey Tomlinson has crashed.
Yep, this one we were able to see. And
just all on his own there. Overcorrects. Oh, just tags the wall. It's not a tough hit, but
yeah, still not ideal for his
we were just talking about how how he had worked his way up through the field, gaining 16 spots. He's still in the grass now, trying to right that car, and he's going to go a lap down.
Yeah. Well, that's extremely unfortunate, but that's just how it goes sometimes, and that's really not going to help him, though, for his hopes of getting into the chase. He obviously has the most gap to make up to try and get in there, and the guy that he's got to try and beat, Browder, is all the way up in 5th place, so I have to admit it's not looking too good for Casey Tomlinson at the moment.
No, but hey, it's never easy, is it? This is why we race.
No, definitely not.
Nothing's a given, but still got a long way to go here. A lot can happen here with 167 laps to go at New Hampshire.
Yeah, and more cautions give me more time to do my calculations.
Got Larry Mack running the numbers up here.
Oh, I've got to get my calculator out for this one. So it'd be nice if we had some auto-generated graphics, like we're going to have for the points, but unfortunately, we do not have such technology on our side.
Alright, though. Do our best to give you guys the best we can do and try to have some fun with it, provide you a good, fun show.
Yeah.
We've been slowed by some cautions early on. Haven't had a whole heck of a lot of a chance to see some of these runs play out. We do only have 4 tire sets, so I mean, if you're maybe wondering why these drivers haven't come into the pit lane, get some tires yet, that's why. You don't want to burn through your sets of tires too early. Plus, you've only had about 10 green flag laps to actually wear them down, so.
Yeah, exactly. I've figured out now that Tomlinson has to make up 138 points on Browder to get up into the chase. But for that to happen, he also needs Bratka and Iskandar to have a bad race as well. Russell Bratka currently running in 10th place, Michael Iskandar running in 16th. Compared to Casey Tomlinson, now down in 29th and a lap down because of that spin.
Yeah, but the big thing to worry about here is we're looking like we're doubling up here.
Yeah.
Matt Wagner, Thomas Stanley are 23 laps down. Braden Black is 13 laps down. Jamie Kerr is down 10 laps. It's going to be a... I don't know, he'd need a lot of help to have if Travis Browder was going to get there.
Yeah, well,
Getting ready for another restart here. Doubled up, ready to go. Pace car dives in. Green flag is out. And a nice jump from 3rd place. Is he going to try to make a move here? No, he's going to back off, getting down into turns 1 and 2 is side by side now for 2nd. Hagman trying to make that run work. There's Gavin Marlin rocking the outside lane, getting in front of that Scooby-Doo 32 of Kyle Terrio.
It's looking like they're nearly 3 wide.
Still 3 wide.
And now they are actually 3 wide. Landon Mills coming back up the field.
Coming up off the corner, and who is that but Landon Mills? After going back into the fence early on in that race, or in the, I think bringing out the first caution, he's still working it. Look at this! Look at this kid wheel that car, and a little bit of contact, keeping it straight though. Well, that's probably a lesson learned for that kid. You know, you're racing with the big boys, you're gonna be Going to be thrown into some uncomfortable situations there. And that was definitely one that... Oh, we got contact on the front straightaway. Pete Van Sprundle gets squirrely with the 53 there of Russell Brodka.
Oh, no!
And contact again! Huge crash!
We'll stay with this one. Oh, just backs it down.
Nowhere to go for these guys, just upside
down
no. After a weird incident there. The 42 goes. Yeah, contact between the 48 of Brian Treadwell and the 13 of Pete Van Sprundle. Coming up off the corner. 48 gets sideways, just clips the 13. Seems to netcode into the 47. A couple cars go down with the 48 trying to get through there. And yeah, just a weird bit of contact as the 13 back into the 42. It seemed to hook them, mesh them together, and iRacing did iRacing things. Look at how skewed that car is driving away. That's a messed up race car.
Yeah, Joey Manis there not being favoured by the iRacing gods, it seems. As he got flipped in a weird incident. He is 60 points up on where he needs to be versus Browder, but obviously that's not going to help him. It seems like all of the incidents are involving our chase drivers today.
It's certainly making things exciting.
Yeah, definitely. And something I was going to mention, actually, we saw the bit of a scrap there between Gavin Marlin and Landon Mills in the 3 and the 20 car. Those guys have a combined age of 26, which is frankly quite scary, because it's a number that I myself am close to.
Yeah, you and me both, bud.
So
and these kids would whoop me on the track.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think you combine these guys' ages and talents, then they'd probably be they'd probably have a few real life Cup Series under their belt. Or at least they'd be in the series. But nevertheless, 41 laps down. Yeah, gonna be staying under.
Another lap here at caution. Tyler Card started second place, has not looked back. He's led every lap so far. And, yeah, that 54 car in second place, he's been trying to get those restarts down, but he's yet to get into the first corner within a car length of the 19. We saw the 33 of Austin Cook with a massive jump on that last restart, but didn't want to make the 3-wide move down on the bottom. Yeah. Wisely backs off going into the corner, but that's really the only time we've seen anybody competitive with this 19 on the restarts.
Yeah, I think Marcus Hackman at the moment is just lacking a bit in the initial reaction, because obviously the lead is going to be the first to put down the power, but as the guy in second place, you need to try and be at least with him. If not, like, you've got to be as close as possible to when he puts down the power. And unfortunately, that's not been very close in racing terms from the 54 car. But we are going double file here again.
Yeah, we did have some pretty good racing there. Just these guys getting squirrely coming up off the corners. These Cup cars with the 750 horsepower package, they've got a lot of power under them. It's really easy to get squirrely off these corners. So when you're racing side by side, it's unfortunate, but it's easy to take somebody with you. So seen a lot of that happening so far. We've got just over 155 laps to go. It's like 148 at the restart here. We're going to see. Green flag is out. Can anyone stick with the 19 of Carnes? Not this time. Gets clear of the 54 of Hagman. Hagman's going to look down to the bottom, try to defend that spot from the 33 of Cook. And there's Travis Browder. Getting up to the top, as you see, side by side for 5th place. It's the 20, Landon Mills, after going around early in the race. He is getting up there, getting into the top 5.
Yeah, he's just trying to get back up in the race, get the spots that he's recovered here. Getting very close here to the back of Travis Browder. See which one he supports here, Travis Browder versus Austin Cook. Browder's obviously got the run out onto the straights, but Cook has it into the corners as there was a bit of a wiggle from both of them, and Mills manages to get past Browder now as well. Is
And
Kyle
just-
Terrier going to
just
have a
remember,
look?
Austin Cook in that 33, that is the front bumper that got into the back of that 20 car, sending him around. I wonder, caution's out once again, but I wonder if the 20's thinking about that at all. Take a look and see here what happened to bring out the caution. Isaac Wilson just crashed to bring out caution here.
It looks pretty
Coming
much
up off of
alone,
Oregon,
and
sideways, spins out and just hangs. No,
Nothing.
Didn't hit anything.
doesn't hit anything, so no damage apart from maybe the flat spot tires if iRacing does that correctly.
Yeah, it's definitely going to put some wear on the tires for sure. But,
Yeah.
Flat spots, I don't think will be.
I don't think they're modeled just quite yet.
No.
I don't even know how much of a problem that is on an oval.
It definitely creates a vibration. It's less of a perfect circle, I guess. I would imagine you'll be bouncing around on your contact patch a little bit every time that flatter spot comes through.
Yeah, which with the speed that these cars go is a lot of times. It looks like we might have some pits here.
From the lead goes Skylar Carnes into the pits. He's taking that first set of tires now. It's about a quarter of the way through the race, so it's not. I mean, it's kind of a safe bet in terms of tire management, but not a lot of guys came down with him, so we're gonna have to see how he can work his way through traffic. The 19's been strong out front in clean air. We know how tough it is to pass. This is going to be a tough test for him to see if he can work his way up through the traffic.
Yeah, so got Travis Browder in as well. So that's an important part from the perspective of who's going to go into the chase.
Yeah, Casey Tomlinson still sitting one lap down. I wonder if he gets the free pass this time. He's going to have a tough one. He's got a tough task in front of him if he's going to make this playoff, make the chase.
Yeah, definitely.
We see him get up out of the track there. That's more than likely going to put him at the end of the field, although he would have been already.
Yeah, I think he does have his lap back, so he's going to be right behind Travis Browder, actually. If my timing is correct. Browder. Never mind, he's going to fly right past him.
I wonder if Browder maybe had a speeding penalty.
Maybe. Tomlinson's just flying right on through, so does he still need to get the lap back, or is he just finding he's just finding his position because there's clearly quite a few EOLs happening by the looks of things.
Yeah, it's looking that way. These guys, pit stops are important. Races are won and lost on pit road, and you hate to have a mistake take you out of contention to win a race. Especially with Travis Browder. He's been strong all race, running in the top 10, getting up to the top 5. Was racing for third just a little bit ago. Looks like we're going to double up here this time. Marcus Hagman, your pole sitter, going to try to get that outside or get that inside jump. Try to lead into the first turn. Landon Mills sitting in third place. Obviously the 33, Austin Cook in second. Those guys Made a little bit of contact earlier, brought out the first caution. We'll see how they race each other. I don't know if, I mean, it was clearly not an intentional deal, but sometimes you keep these things in your mind when you're sitting behind the wheel.
Yeah, we'll see if Mills remembers that and decides to act on it. Obviously, I definitely think it was an intentional thing, as you said, but you never know. Mills getting right up to the back of Hagman, yeah. We're now towards the green flag. It is waving, and Hagman is gone.
Air, and a massive start from third place. He's going to go in and take second place as Landon Mills over Austin Cook. Diving down, he gets right up to the rear bumper of the 54 Marcus Hagman. There's Austin Cook going to try to get back down in front of Gavin Marlin. Mo crash in the back. The 62 is around the 16. Huge contact. The 43 is also involved. Bob Wickoff goes through the grass, going around the part of the infield road course there. Travis Browder is in the thick of that back there too. I don't know if he made any contact, but here comes the 62 trying to work his way through the middle. Just too much throttle. Spins it around. The 16 nowhere to go. 48 coming down the track collects the 43 of Michael Iskandar, who also was hoping for a good day today. Only about 50 points coming into this race. 56 points coming into this race out of the chase.
Why can I not switch to him? I'm just trying to find where Browder is in all of this.
I think he might have shown up towards the end of it. I don't know if he actually got
can't get him on TV too. I don't think he was loaded for me in most of that, so yeah, I think you're right. Wouldn't have been there. Just see him.
Yeah,
now.
he didn't load for me either, but he pops in going about 5 miles an hour. I think he just slowed down.
Looking at it, I don't see any damage at all, so
no.
I'm assuming that car's completely fine.
Well, I mean that's about as good as it can get for if you're the 18 of Travis Browder after a quick caution and a potential penalty starting behind all those guys. Now you've made up a few places from the guys on the lead lap who have crashed, and now you're not starting behind those lap down cars. You don't have as much to worry about here, so this kind of puts up more of a straight shot to get him back to the front. Skylar Carnes not too far in front of him, actually right in front of him, those JGR teammates. Now we're going to have a chance to cut through the field together.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure they're going to be working together well to try and get as far back up as possible. Obviously, both pitting slightly earlier than most of these guys would be. Be interesting to see actually when they pit. I wouldn't be surprised to see. My apologies. See the rest of them come down in the next caution we have.
I don't know. I think it's tough strategy.
Yeah, if it's not immediately, I think.
I feel like you almost want to wait long enough for these guys who did just pit to get some more wear on their tires, so that way, when you get back behind them, I mean, you'll have less traffic to deal with first off because only 4 guys pitted that first time.
Yeah.
So when you get behind them on fresher tires, less traffic to work with. I think you want to pull an overcut here if you haven't pitted yet. You want to make that overcut work.
Yeah, definitely. And I believe we'll be coming out to lights out on the pace car this lap. Just see when it pans back around to the pace car. And yep, lights are out.
Landon Mills has made his way to the front row. Although it is a single file restart, we're gonna, still call it the front row, being in second place. That does just go to show that it's possible to get passes done here. It's possible to work your way through the field. So a guy like Travis Browder, sitting now in, looks like 17th place.
Yep.
Skylar Carnes right in front of him. It's definitely been proven possible to get through the field, and These guys are going to have about 40 lap pressure tires. A lot of heat cycles have gone on these tires, especially with these quick cautions we've had.
Yeah, exactly. Mills has been right on the back of Hagman in the last restart. Is he going to do the same thing this time around? We're going to go green here. Hagman is going to go. Mills not quite getting the same jump as he did.
But that 33 was ready to give the 20 a big push there on the restart. There's Landon Mills trying to get back to the back bumper. Marcus Hagman. So you see Jalen Battle recovering from earlier contact as well. Trying to look to the inside of Kyle Terrio. 53 making a nice clean pass on the 8 car, rather trying to. That's Russell Brodka, hoping to have a good day here for his chase hopes. Like we mentioned, he's sitting 56 points behind Browder getting into this race, and where we're sitting right now, he's got a 10-point gap on him. Cautions come out once again.
It's looks like Jamie Kerr is involved in this one. So,
a little bit of contact there from the 22.
Yeah, 22 just got into him. Maybe a little bit of contact with the 7 as well, and then
I
up
think he
into
came
that
down
outside
and
wall.
tagged the 7, but did his best to gas her up there and keep it off of the wall, but
Yeah.
tagged in there at the end.
7 car didn't seem to really react to the contact. We'll see if we can see if there's any damage, although if any it would be on the right hand side of the car. This camera will be best if any. I don't see much. If any. A bit on the back bumper, but that's it.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of right rear damage there, but doesn't look too bad. Looks a lot better than the 22. And here's Marcus Hagman, pole sitter. Split decisions up front. Landon Mills going to stay out. He's probably used a set of his tires already after that first caution. So you got to anticipate that he's only gonna have 3 sets from here on out. He's down a set compared to the rest of these guys.
Yeah, well, can you reuse tire sets in iRacing?
No,
I've never actually I've never actually been in a position to know that. So that's interesting to know.
Not.
Yeah, but he's going to be on the lead 1 or more laps list now. Just keeping my list since in this race points, well, this is the race that points matter most, apart from obviously the last race of the season.
Yeah, I believe I'm showing. See what happens as we cross the line this time. Michael Iskendar's made himself a nice recovery. Gotten himself back into 8th place after a earlier spin coming up off of turn number 2. Good to see. He's another one of these guys hoping for a really good points day. He was sitting about 66 points behind Travis Browder. Currently about 10 spots ahead of him. That would be good for... see here.
I'm not giving you the easiest numbers to work with, by the looks of things.
No, he would have to make up more. More positions. He's not quite close enough yet. I think he gained about 30 or 40 right now. But the closer you get to the front, the more points you get per position. So.
Yeah, obviously, and. For these guys, it's not straight up just look at your gap to the guy who's currently in 12th, because you're going to be competing with other drivers to get there as well. And Browder's not having a bad race. It's just that the pit strategy's put him a bit down there. He's actually right next to Russell Bratka, or right near Russell Bratka, who's managed to get ahead of him in the pit strategy. Yeah.
Here we go. Landon Mills on the front row. Gavin Marlin on his outside. Green flag is out, and we're going to see who gets a jump. A slow start on the outside lane there. It seemed like guys got checked up a little bit, but looks like everyone's through safely. On the bottom goes Kobe Sutphin, trying to take that second spot away from Richard Childress teammate in the 3. And we got a crash! 99's around down the back straightaway. Travis Braiderd looks to have been made. Browder has made contact with his teammate in the 19, and that's a missing back bumper on the 18 car right there. That's hefty damage to the front of Travis Browder, and that is huge. That is what he did not want, and we talked about. He hadn't really been involved in things. It's just been the pit strategy that didn't work his way, and now being in the thick of it, that's a messed up race car.
Yeah, it seems to be as soon as I say something good about someone, then they get involved in a crash. Happened earlier, and now it's happened again, so maybe I'll just stop talking about people entirely. Although, unfortunately, that's my job.
Yeah, it's the curse of the commentator is never a fun one to bear, but I'm glad it's you and not me.
Well, this is working out well for some of our other drivers. Then Russell Bratka now sitting up in 11th place.
Currently 10 spots ahead of Travis Browder.
One of the hopefuls that's not currently in the chase spots, but is able to get there. See where the other drivers for it are.
Michael Iskandar sitting in 7th place.
Joey Manis is down in 30th.
Yeah, I remember he got turned upside down in a really strange incident. So he's got a pretty good gap to the car behind him.
Yeah, he's got 60 points on the current cutoff point. And looks like we do actually have Brian Chu in this race.
Yes.
This is his 100th race start. He's managed to get that going.
And he's actually managed to make a pass. He's not sitting in last place anymore. He's in 37th. He's past Matt Wagner, who we saw get up into the wall coming up off of turn number 2 earlier on when I believe that was when the 43 car spun out. So nice to see from Brian Chu. He obviously only got in here about 20 laps ago, but we appreciate him getting things we're glad he was able to get things figured out, and appreciate him coming up, joining us, coming with us, and celebrating his 100th race, even if it's not in the most spectacular of fashions or convenient of fashions.
Yeah, well, it just shows as well, if you keep running in these races, then you're going to make up spots, because there are going to be people who crash out and then just sort of decide that their day is done. There are going to be people who are going to be disqualified by the incident limit, because they do have quite a strict incident limit here. That's which I think is a pretty good thing, but it can make some drivers who don't really do anything wrong get disqualified for being crashed into, but that's a fairly rare occurrence, I'd say.
Yeah, it's always a tough deal to take it out by other people's issue, but at the same time, I think it is a very strict policy. You know, it's 18 incident points, no ifs, ands, or buts. You hit it, you're out. And like you said, I think that's good. It kind of keeps people from maybe diving in over their heads. You know, keeps people courteous. It's a pretty good deal, I think.
Yeah, and they don't tend to move it up for the longer races either. So we may be seeing that same instant limit count in the Coke 600 next week, but pace car lights are out. Lap
Yeah,
65, going to be going 66 on the green flag.
Single file here, and Landon Mills staying to the inside. Maybe a little bit of a mental game there played with the 3 of Gavin Marlin. Green flag is out. He's going to get himself a nice restart there down on the bottom. And the 15 moves to the outside of the 8. He snookered him on the restart. It's going to be a fun battle as they dive down into turn number 1. Kobe Sutphin trying to hold that bottom, trying not to get into the 15. He might have tapped him there. He definitely got a little sideways, the 15 of Joey Berge. So,
yeah, looks like
hard racing, close racing.
Tap.
It's a little love tap.
Around.
Gavin Marlin really got close to the 20 car coming up off of 2, but couldn't get a run coming up off of 4. And a couple tenths go the way of Landon Mills. There's Michael Iskandar is trying to work his way down on the bottom. Getting passed outside now by Kyle Terrio. Oh, contact with Terrio! Not with Iskandar, but Terrio goes around the 34 car hard into the outside wall and huge contact for Kyle Terrio. Johnny Castle was the other car involved there. I'm not totally sure what happened, but the two just hooked together down the back straightaway, and they went their separate ways. It looks like the 34 a little bit slow, and 32 trying to give just a little bit more room to the inside car than maybe needed to.
Oh.
Just tagged it. That was a nice avoidance there by the 62.
Yeah,
Zach Phillips working his way through there.
Not so nice avoidance by Casey Tomlinson. He didn't have anywhere to go there, and unfortunately now no front bumper on that 7 car. No hood either. No, there is a hood.
Yeah, it's just that built bar scheme. It's a face. Corey LaJoie's face up there.
Oh, there's no rear bumper either. Yikes. So I think that's all I can say about that one. So
yikes! Indeed.
Unfortunately, we might have to count him out of the race for the chase here.
Yeah, I would. I would have to assume so at this stage in the game. He's just.
It would have been a big feat. Yeah, it would have been a big feat to start with, and would have required Browder in last with Bracker and Iskandar not far ahead of them. And Tomlinson in first with leading 1 or more laps, leading the most laps, and a 0x.
And probably needing the fastest lap as well. But with Matt Wagner being out of the race, it's 38th place. Braden Black is also out of the race. Brian Chu got himself up to 36th. So, working his way up through the ranks. His next pass for position will be Pete Van Sprundle, 15 laps ahead of him. So, it's a fun little stat line to watch as Brian Chu clicks laps away.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how far he gets up. If my math is correct, when did he start the race? That would have been about lap
44-ish?
Yeah, 44. But we'll see how far he gets up.
His 44 down, so
yeah,
probably 26 laps ago, I think.
I reckon if he starts, or if he ends, less than 44 laps down, that would be a very, very impressive drive. Looks like Skylar Carnes is in the pits again. Oh yeah, he was involved in an incident earlier, wasn't he?
Yeah, we're getting spun around with the 99 car. Travis Browder also caught up in that one. So a lot of attrition happening. We still got looks like 20 cars are on the lead lap right now, and a couple cars still 1 lap down. There's Marshall Harris and John Hopley, 21st, 22nd, 1 down. Johnny Castle is 2 down. We saw him involved in that last incident. Derek Cook hasn't had a great day so far, 5 laps down in 24th. William Karp, 25th, he's sitting 9 laps down. So
yeah, I think at this point Jamie Kerr is going to be glad that he is completely safe.
yes, I would be too. I mean, this is not This is not a race I'd want to be in to race for a playoff
Oh.
spot or for a chase spot, just because of how tough it's been to make moves for the lead, how tough the racing has been. It's been close quarters racing, and like I've said, this is the longest short track in the series. A lot of people don't consider it a short track because it is technically just over a mile. It's 1.058, but you know what? It's close enough. It races like a short track, and we got ourselves a nice short track restart coming up here. Landon Mills to lead him down. Gavin Marlin on his outside. Green flag back in the air once again, and a fantastic start from the outside lane. That's probably been the best one we've seen since the initial start. Contact from the 3 to the back of the 20 there. That was almost a big moment as they race for the lead here, trying to get up off of 2, and now the 15, Joey Burgee, getting to the inside. Trying to make that pass, trying to clear him through the middle of 3 and 4. Gavin Marlin holding tough on the outside, still has a nose there, but he's going to clear Gavin Marlin is Joey Burgee. As we look at Austin Cook, side by side with Kobe Sutphin, trying to take a top 5 spot, trying to get up into 4th place, slides up the racetrack, almost hits him, but that's what I was talking about right before the restart. This is close quarters racing. It's the longest short track of the series, and to the inside of a lap car, I thought that was a battle for position for just a moment with that quick dart, but 16 car in the way right now. Going to try to stay out of the way as Austin Cook backs off just a little bit to try to let the 8 get through safely. Smart move there, trying to get some green flag running in here.
Yeah, these young guys at the moment showing the more experienced drivers in the field how it's done here. The top 5, Kobe Sutphin at the age of 22 is the oldest guy in the top 5 at the moment.
That's crazy.
So a bit of work here to do for our more experienced drivers in the field. One of those being Marcus Hagman. Started on pole position, now is in 6th place battling here, Kobe Sutphin, to try and break back into that top 5.
Yeah, a little bit of an off strategy, tried a slight overcut, and benefit to him, having the guys that tried to undercut him involved in a crash. So, I mean, you never like to see your competitors get in trouble like that, but when it works out in your favor, you can't complain as much. So you see him making a nice move, completing the pass there at Kobe Sutphin. Caution has come out once again. Ria Ferris has crashed.
Well, let's take a look here what happened there. 12 car going quite slowly on the inside, I think, from what I can immediately tell. And just
yeah,
a spin.
She's had some front end damage there, and keeps it off the wall. More than likely, just trying to not race too terribly hard right at that moment, but got down stuck on the bottom. More than likely, got that little apron bit. That there's a transition. Most tracks, that yellow line is where the apron is, but it's actually here at that first dash line on the inside. There's a little bit of a transition there. There's less banking. Sometimes you can get more grip depending on track temp and how your tires have been wearing down, how you've used them. But that time she kind of got just looks like maybe got on that seam and try to keep it down away from the cars up top. Great job not hitting anything. Staying on the lead lap as well. Ria Ferris gonna sit 18th right now.
I mean, I feel like if she got going any quicker, there wouldn't have been a caution at all.
I'm sure.
I think iRacing very quick to throw the caution there, as it looks like the 8 of Kobe Sutphin's going to be coming down the pits, and Gavin Marlin as well.
RCR teammates.
Yeah, Corshane coming down, Browder's in, Wyckoff, Hewins, Woodward, Tomlinson. Not Tomlinson. Yes, Tomlinson. My timing screen is just trying to decide who's in the pits and who's not.
Yeah, it jumps around a bit. We're going to see who wins the race off pit road. Gavin Marlin was the first one in. Landon Mills staying out once again. Joey Burgee. He's up 15 spots from his initial start, and there is the 8 car. Kobe Sutphin getting off before his teammate in the 3. You got to wonder if there was maybe missed his box or slid too far or had some sort of problem there.
Well, it looks like the 3 car was stopped for 20 seconds from what I'm being told, and the 8 car was stopped for 15.
Yeah, that's a sizable gap there at times. So we talk about how races are won and lost on pit road. That's it's gonna be tough to watch, or
Yeah.
not tough to watch. It's gonna be great to watch. It's gonna be tough for the 3-car to work his way back around that 8 because those guys have been crazy fast all race.
Yeah, definitely, and those differences.
Tough task at hand for this 10-year-old.
Yeah, well, those differences probably just for maybe a bit more fuel, maybe like a few seconds of optionals.
Yeah, that could be it. I think he did actually remember get into the back of the 20 car in that last restart, so there's probably a little bit of front end damage. Figure not a lot of cars coming down the pits. May as well take that, get it done. So it looks like 19 cars are on the lead lap. Marshall Harris is currently in the pits. We'll see if he gets out in time to stay on the lead lap. Otherwise, Ria Ferris back up into the top 10 after that little bit of a spin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess just making places up because she didn't come down pit road. In fact, I haven't got her as coming down pit road at all yet. I don't know whether you have anything different.
What's that?
Ria Ferris, do you see her as having come down pit road? Because I don't.
I actually don't, no. Last pit lap shows 3 dashes, so Ria Ferris.
Only one actually to not come down pit road so far. If anything, probably worrying more about fuel at this point. Because obviously there's been a lot of cautions, but it's still been
we do only have 65%
80 laps.
fuel.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you there.
That's fine.
Doubled up, ready for a restart here. Landon Mills going to leave Joey Burgee, Austin Cook, Marcus Hagman, and Jalen Battle rounding out your top 5. Green flag in the air. Inside gets both the front row gets a great start. The outside's actually going to be just a touch in front as they slide down into turn 1, though. Close quarters racing once again. Just about a foot or two between these guys through the middle of the corner, and now they separate coming up off turn number 2. Looks like everybody's going to get down the back straightaway safely. Down in the inside, Landon Mills trying to hold that spot for Joey Burgee. Burgee strong on the outside right now. He's got 35 lap fresher tires than Landon Mills. Landon Mills hasn't pit since his spin out on lap 4. So
Yeah, Burgee's got it.
Burgee holding the lead now, and here comes Austin Cook to try to take advantage of the worn tires of the 20, Landon Mills. No, Landon Mills trying to get back to the inside of Burgee. He's going to dive it down into 3 and 4. Dives it in deep. He's got the position right now, but Burgee with the run up on the outside slides up wide just a little bit. They're still side by side coming up off of turn number 4. Burgee by a nose that time, diving down into turns 1 and 2. Seems to benefit the 15 car working through 1 and 2 this time, but 3 and 4. That was a huge send from Landon Mills, and he really had that working well.
Yeah, I think it might just be worth trying to save his tyres here a bit for Landon Mills, because obviously last pitted on lap 4, so that's nearly 80 laps ago.
Early on after the spin.
Yeah, and he's going to try it down the inside, maybe into 1 as well. Just thinks better of that one. If he tries to keep battling this 15, he's just going to run out his tyres even more, and that just...
Yeah, you see him get squirrely
there
off
definitely.
Turn 2.
I was going to say, that's going to risk him getting squirrely, and then at some point you're going to get that wrong, and then that's a quick trip down into the wall.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one over there. We've seen a lot of guys getting caught up in. Ria Ferris is in the pits now under green, so that is tough stuff for her.
Yeah, look at Skylar Carnes here already back up into 5th place.
Dominant car at the beginning of this race, up into 5th place, trying to work his way back up to the front.
He won last time around.
Pass so far.
Yeah, he won last time around, so a bit of a blink from him, but that's fine. Looks like Mills is still right on the back of that 15.
Yeah, for a guy with 35 lap older tires, I mean, also 82 lap old tires in general, he's putting up phenomenal pace right now. Trying to work the outside now of Joey Burgee. Trying to figure out how to get around him. He's going to try to move down to the inside. Almost a little bit of contact as sideways, I think, looked like a little wiggle at a Burgee there. It might not have been, but you guys are just racing so close, putting it all on the line. Ah, man, I thought he was going to get into him there. Riding on board with Austin Cook here right behind this battle, and you can see the back bumper on that 20 car messed up. Marcus Hagman trying to work the back bumper of Cook as well, but as you can hear him shifting down into third throughout the corner.
Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. I feel like some of these guys will just be keeping it in fourth, and obviously Austin Cook choosing to come into third at some points. Now we got the
Landon Mills making that move to the inside. He's got the position this time around. He's gonna have a nose on him. He slides up. That time it's Mills by a nose. Try to slide him into turns number 1 and 2 here. Looks like he'll get clear of him, and now Austin Cook can try to work on the 15 of Joey Burgee. It's almost 90 laps on the tires of that 20 car, and he's out here leading the race, pulling away from these guys. Skylar Carnes has fallen back to 6th place. Kobe Sutphin has gotten around him. Gavin Marlin trying to catch up to the 19.
Yeah, a lot of drivers making a lot of moves here, but I think this is one of the longest green flag periods we've had in a little while, so everyone's getting a bit more spread out.
Why did you have to say that? Caution has just come out.
Who for? Who knows?
Oh man, we're about to find out. I believe maybe something with Kyle Terrio. Not totally sure.
If I can find his name. Let's see, is he loaded? Nope, not loaded, so let's go to the yellow flag.
No, it wasn't
Wasn't
it was
present.
the 9,
yellow.
Ethan Woodward.
Let's see.
In the 9 of Ethan Woodward.
Oh, yeah.
Had a bit of a problem, slid up into the wall, near the wall, tried to come down, maybe hit pit road,
They just
sideways off the
jumped
board.
to, yeah. Looks like he jumped to pits, but didn't have him loaded, so it didn't tell us.
Yeah, it looked like he stopped on the track and
Yeah.
jumped to the pits that brought out the caution.
At some point I'll learn to not curse the races as Mills and Burgee both go down pit road. Cook, Hagman, Sutphin choose to stay out. Carnes is down again. Gavin Marlin still up.
Your timing has been impeccable.
Yeah.
There's nobody better in the business than you right now tonight.
I can create
sure if
action
that's
out
a
of thin air.
compliment,
What
but-
can I say? If only I could just create cautions in races that I would race. Obviously without being involved in them.
That's why you host AI races sometimes.
Yeah, I'll just have a quick look here where our chase hopefuls are. It looks like Browder's got himself back up to the first of the guys hoping to make it in. Bracker's not too far behind. Iskandar is right by Bracker as well. And Hopley's not far behind that. Joey Manis not far behind that. And Casey Tomlinson not too far behind that, but quite a few laps down, as with Joey Manis.
Yeah, so Casey Tomlinson we can effectively write out of contention.
Yeah.
So it's really on It's really on Russell Brodka and Michael Iskandar to try to unseed Travis Browder. Joseph Manis is, I think he's sitting pretty right now. He's 60 points ahead of Travis Browder, and I don't know, I just feel like...
Yeah, I think if anyone's going to change positions, then it'll be with Browder and someone else, purely because Manis has got that 60-point gap, and then Hopley's 15 ahead of him.
Yeah, so I mean, Brodka would have to gain 102 points to tie with Manis if he were to knock him out.
Yeah. Which in this series is a lot, considering the everyone will get points if you start the race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and a massive field, but a lot of attrition. So, doubled up once again here. We've got 17 cars on the lead lap right now. Ria Ferris, the first car not on the lead lap, or maybe John Hopley is. It switched last second there. Looks like John Hopley is the first car 1 lap down. He's probably the only one hoping for a quick caution right now.
Yeah, we'll see what we get as pace car comes down into the pit lane, and we're going to go green here. Austin Cook is going to get a nice little jump on Marcus Hagman, but Hagman's still alongside. Look at Kobe Sutphin here, directly on the back of that 33.
3 wide for 5th place. Joey Burgee had a huge move on the restart. 47 slides up wide up the racetrack, and that's going to bring Skylar Carnes right back into the top 5. Or knocking on the door of it, rather. To the inside goes Austin Cook of Marcus Hagman. Sounded like some contact, but I believe we're okay.
Ooh.
That was a close call right there, coming up off of turn number 4.
Yeah, we've got to get his suit to the dry cleaners after the race. After that one, and now he's alongside Kobe Sutphin. So challenging for lead now for 2nd, and maybe even for 3rd here with Joey Burgee following straight through.
Joey Burgee has been marching through these guys.
Yeah.
Through these guys, and there's Landon Mills coming up off the pit stop he made, is trying to work his way down to the bottom of a JGR teammate in the 19 of Skylar Carnes.
And already going down for Austin Cook as well. He's very good at making these aggressive little moves. Going into the turns.
Oh, sideways was
Ooh.
Gavin Barlin, and another car got down into the grass coming up off of turn 2. We stay green. Just touched the grass. I don't even think it was an off track.
Yeah,
But
Carnes maybe
carving
trying
through
to
the field.
follow Mills through. Not quite working on Sutphin. As he's still alongside Cook here. And Landon Mills actually setting the fastest lap of the race here. While battling through people, Burgee very loose off of corner exit. It can be side by side with Mills into 3 and 4. They're very close.
they're
3
three
wide for
wide!
the lead. Mills
Into
in the middle.
Oh, they're spinning!
Contact at the
Landon Mills
front.
gets turned by the 15. Joey Burgee got loose down there on the inside. That was a bold move after Hagman slid up the track, and yeah, that was 3 cars trying to get into one spot. The 15, he got sideways down on the inside of the 20. Watch this slow. It's going to be, just touch there.
Yeah, little tap.
That stinks for all of those guys. They were running so fast. Landon Mills in his 2nd spin of the day, but I think he kept it off the wall. Might have had a little bit of contact from the 54, Marcus Hagman, trying to work his way through there, but...
Yeah, Hagman had a bit of contact, but he got off fairly lightly.
Now, if you're the 20 car, do you pit here? I mean, you just came down and took fresh tires. But you're down a set compared to everybody else because you had to take one. And he's not pitting.
No. I was going to say, it depends how much damage there is. It doesn't look like there's...
It looks like he's asking his teammate about it.
Yeah. Apart from the rear, I don't think there's really anything more that's very visible. Although it would be on the other side. No, it wouldn't be, would it? Might be some. We'll see.
Ria Ferris getting the free pass.
Does that right front look a bit, once he comes around again, does that right front look a bit misshapen? I think just the wheel arch looks slightly strange.
Maybe just a little behind it, but
Not much to it though.
Good.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. Didn't really take any front contact there. You got tagged from the back for the 15 and then the 54 with nowhere to go.
Yeah.
In the back of him as well.
I would say it's an ambitious move from him, but he was already alongside Sutphin. Not Sutphin? No.
Yeah, Joey Burgee was. They were racing really hard coming up off of turn 2. They were side by side, and Hagman just slid up there and wasn't really anywhere to go. I mean, he could have checked up, or he could have, made the move. And when you're racing that close, I mean, we just hit halfway here. It's been a long race.
Yeah.
More than likely, a little bit of road rage and frustration, especially from the 20. That, like we said, this is the second time he's been spun out of things, maybe not quite of his own doing. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't say I would have backed off there.
Yeah, and, I don't think the 15 of Burgee on the inside of those three would have entirely known what was happening until it happened. Obviously, I wouldn't have backed out if I was if I was any of them. Because
no chance.
Because it's not like you were too wide and then someone made a move to go 3. It's the opposite way around from how it normally happens, and we're going to be double file here for the restart. It's going to be coming round to lap 103.
Yeah, quick rundown of the people who came into the pits that last time. Austin Cook, Bob Wyckoff, Marshall Harris, Russell Brodka, Albert Hewins, and Joey Burgee all pitted that last time around in terms of lead lap cars. So those will be the freshest tires on the track, about 8 laps fresher than Skylar Carnes in second place. And about 42 laps fresher than Marcus Hagman, your leader, who might still have a little bit of damage there from that incident. I believe it was him.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm mistaken the 8 car from 54, but waiting on that pace car to dive in, ready for the restart here. Green flag is out, and a monster start from the outside. What else would you have expected from the 19? He was the restart master at the beginning of this race, and he's going to dive down into turn number 1 and take the lead with a power move on the 54 of Marcus Hagman. 3 wide in the back of the pack. Looks like the Haas car in the back has gotten into the wall there. I believe it was a 14 of Isaac Wilson. A little bit slow there coming up off of 2, but we stay green. Landon Mills trying to work his way back up through the pack. He did not pit that last time. He's going to get around the 8 of Kobe Sutphin. Jalen Battle right behind them. Travis Browder worked his way back up into the top 10 here. Actually in top 5, running 4th. Now he's got his problems down the back straightaway. Someone's in the grass. That's Dave Korchesny, who's back on the track. It doesn't look like we're going to have any incidents resulting of that. No caution. We stay green.
Looks like Mills is going to potentially look to the inside of Browder here into 1.
Browder's going to let him go.
Yep, straight through. So obviously they are teammates, Joe Gibbs Racing. So Mills just looking forward, trying to help his teammate out here, getting through. And I think I'll take the time now because I've been told this multiple times that the 47 is pronounced Corshane.
Corshane. Oh, I'm
and
so sorry.
To not try and get it wrong, but here we go, 20 on the 3.
Corshane, my bad. I apologize there. As you see the 20 car making a pass on Gavin Marlin. I mentioned Marlin, 10 years old, making his debut, sitting in 4th place right now. That's not a bad run as somebody's getting loose there up off of turn number 2.
Mill's going to look to get the run on Marcus Hagman here on the start-finish straight. He could try a dive of a move.
Yeah, He's got about 35 lap fresher tires
Yep.
to the 54. And he was much quicker before that incident. So I imagine this will be a pretty easy pass as he stays about even with him going into turn 3. He's going to dive down to the inside. Shortest distance is often the quickest way around, and he's going to clear him. Going to have him by about a car length and a half coming up off of turn number 4. So that's Kobe Sutphin there getting towards the wall, racing with Austin Cook. Jalen Battle back there.
Joey Burgie's going to get involved now as well in the 15.
Yeah, he's trying to get back up, trying to work his way back into the front. He was racing up front for the lead. Obviously, we saw the contact to bring out the last caution, but wanting to work his way up there. Everybody wants to finish well, but you know, when you spin out and you feel like you've still got something left in your car, kind of just lights a fire under you. Push a little bit harder.
Yeah, I feel like Jalen Battle's going to want the 8 and the 33 to sort this out as quickly as possible here, because he looks like he's dying to try and get through these guys. Definitely doesn't want to go 3 wide here, because we've seen how that goes. Normally not very well, it's fair to say.
Yeah, we saw the quickest guys up in the front, unable to make it work that last time around, to bring out that last caution rather. As there's Joey Burgie getting right up to the back of Kobe Sutphin. Austin Cook trying to work the 18. Oh, contact!
Keep it out of the wall.
Into the wall is the 62 and around. Caution's going to come out. The 62 saw that happen. He got a little bit loose coming up off the corner and smacked the wall. And, yeah, just stopped it to try to avoid hitting the slow car.
Oh, that almost looked like a sympathy spin there, to be honest. Just looked like he saw an instant ahead of him and tried to react and then overreacted a bit.
Yeah. Tough deal for Zach Phillips, who's actually has now left the session.
Yeah, well, that's how it is sometimes. I guess we like to see drivers stick it out to the end, but I understand that can be very frustrating.
Yeah, we talk about how tough these cars are to drive. It's already a flat enough track, and when you're coming up off the corner, the car unloads in a way in the rear that, I mean, I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but I know the weight shift, plus the additional horsepower that you're not used to having compared to these bigger tracks that we're on. It's really easy to get squirrely, really easy to get sideways here coming up off the corners, and really easy to overcorrect it and smack that wall.
Yeah, definitely in the limited times I've driven these Cup cars, it's very difficult to catch a slide, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially when you take away 6 inches of spoiler.
Yeah.
And, you get those rear tires spinning the way they do. It's a beautiful sound, it's a beautiful sight, but it's tough to drive these cars. That's why this is the Cup Series. That's why we're doing this on Sunday nights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the best in the business out here. Skylar Cards back up front after dominating most of the first part of the race. Getting brought to the back due to some pit strategy, and then involved in a crash with his teammate Travis Browder, who's also made quite a nice recovery in 5th place. See, Landon Mills has spun out twice and is in 2nd place. These Joe Gibbs cars have been super strong all day and overcoming a lot of adversity, Jason.
Yeah, I was going to say this. It's not been the easiest races for them, but they are finding themselves up at the front. We've got obviously Carnes in 1st, Mills in 2nd, and Browner in 5th. We could see some really good stuff from them at the end, but obviously there's still quite a few laps to go between them, and the end is going to be 86 to go as we come across, or 85. I can never know. It'll be
It's 87 this time.
87.
See if we get the lights off here. Lights are off. We're doubling up. We'll have 86 to go on the restart. And, yeah, you mentioned this dominant performance by Joe Gibbs Racing. I'm just going to go out on a limb and say I think that 20 car might be the only one with a shot at the 19. Skyler's just been so good, so strong on the start. On every restart, he's been able to get a good jump. Nobody's been able to get the restarts down like he has. And he's just, it's been clear sailing for him anytime he's been out front. I don't know that anybody's been able to get up to him, but the only one I can see with that type of speed is that 20 car. We saw how he was working with working his way up through the field to get to second place. He was about a second and a half back of the lead before that caution came out, but we'll have to see how this restart goes. See if maybe Gavin Marlin can jump in here and try to prove me wrong. Maybe the 33 of Austin Cook. Here we go. Green flag is out, back in the air, and that 20 car sticks with the 19, better than most anybody I've seen so far. Sticks on his outside. Try to work that outside run. These guys are close, just about a foot off of each other at the middle part of the corner there. Trying to work the outside on his teammate, Skyler Carnes. Landon Mills slinging it deep into the outside lane. Still holding steady. This is hard racing sideways just a little bit. Is the 33 of Austin Cook coming up off of turn 4. That was Mills by a nose. Just down to the inside. A big slider from the 19. He's going to try to take advantage. Landon Mills tries to take advantage sideways. This is a 19 coming up off of turn 2. And that's going to get the lead back to Landon Mills.
Yeah, these guys are racing like it's lap 199 and like they're not teammates here.
Man, you'd love to see it.
But it's great to see.
You saw teammates working together earlier where Travis Browder just let the 20 car go. He knew he was quicker. These guys are now racing for the lead. There was no way Skyler Carton's just going to let that go. Especially not easily, and he did not make it easy for that 20 Landon Mills. So you see Kobe Sutphin working the inside of Joey Burgee. Trying... Oh, sideways is 47. That's, of course, Shane saving the car coming up off of turn number 2. Very sketchy moment there for that 47. Stays about 13th place. Kobe Sutphin still working the inside of Joey Burgee. We mentioned how tough it is to pass and get stuck side by side with somebody. It can really slow you down a lot more. Gets the pass done, but gets sideways coming up off of turn number 2. That's going to give the 15 Joey Burgee a chance to look back to the inside. We'll see if he gets the pass done. Nope. Backs off just a little bit. Going to slide back into 9th place. Kobe Sutphin. Nice pass there. Getting up into P number 8. See Gavin Marlin trying to work that back bumper of Austin Cook. Cook's been wheeling that car all day sideways. There's Gavin wheeling that car.
Yep, and here comes Jalen Battle potentially down to the inside into turn 3 here. And they are going to be side by side coming through 4. We'll see who gets the better exit onto the start-finish line. Give that one to Marlin by a hair this time around. And Battle making a move down to the inside here. Is he going to try and slide up on him? No.
Didn't quite have him done. Nice run by the 3 coming up top. Cook is still kicking that thing sideways off the corners. Oh, that was a deep dive in there. I thought he was getting sideways. I think he's got a lot of rear brake bias in the back of that car. Look, it sounded like he got sideways. Thought I heard a little bit of tire squeal, but he dove it in, getting down into turn 3. Trying it again. You can see that transition I mentioned earlier. How he gets down below that dash line, and it kind of changes the way the car handles. Just barely with the nose is the 3 car of Gavin Marlin. And I tell you what, if there was a drinking game tonight, it would be sideways. Because I think I've said that more tonight than... Sideways! Jalen Battle with an excellent save through... Excellent save coming through 3 and 4. And, well, I don't know if you want to call that a jinx on my part, but... just caution has come out, so... Somebody has not saved it.
I still think I'm a bit up on you on the jinxing part. so far. I don't know what that caution was for.
I will try to get an eye on it and let you know what happened or show you what happened here. Although I would like to go back and take a look at that insane save from the 27 car coming off turn number 4. I mean, he had that thing probably 40 degrees sideways, car's right on his rear bumper, still managed to save the car.
Let me just do it this way. I know where I want to see that from. In here.
Oh yes.
Let's have a look at the steering angle on this. Just working it completely and then finally getting back in a straight line. Losing some spots from it, but brilliant save. He could have lost so much more than that. And quite a few cars here into the pit lane. Kobe Sutphin not in, Marcus Hagman not in. Easier at this point to say who's not in than who is in.
For real. I did go back and look. Isaac Wilson spun out off turn number 4 down on the inside of the 38 car, and that's what brought out our caution here. So lap 121 for the 14 car. Looks like he stalled it for a moment trying to get it back up to it.
Yeah.
Just a single car spin there to bring out another caution here with about 76, 77 laps to go. Getting towards the end of this thing. And, I mean, there's been no shortage of action at all.
Yeah, well, there's been some great action, but unfortunately, sometimes the action comes with cautions. And we've seen quite a few, but to be fair, I don't blame any of these drivers because there are, or at least were overall in total, 38 cars sharing the same bit of track, and only being a mile long. That is a lot, especially in iRacing with the potential net code and stuff. But I think at this point in time, it's probably a good time for a short break to have a quick word from our sponsors at BladeNode.com, sponsor of the series. So we will be back after this short break.
All of our representatives are currently busy. Please stay on the line, and your call will be answered by the next available representative. The estimated hold time is currently less than 96 minutes. You are currently caller number 32.
Are you tired of getting blown out of the water by other web hosting solutions? At BladeNode.com, our affordable web hosting and quick customer support is our #1 priority. BladeNode Web Hosting was started with a mission to provide premium hosting at half the price as other hosts without sacrificing features, reliability, and 24/7 customer support with a live technician. Join our community today by visiting BladeNode.com and using promo code BLADE10 for 10% off your first package.
And we are back here just before the restart. Back up to double file.
Yeah, we got some new players up front here, with the pit stops happening once again. Kobe Sutphin is now your leader. Marcus Hagman, our pole sitter, sitting in second place. Michael Iskandar is third. John Hopley spent some time a lap down, is now in fourth place, and Isaac Wilson has managed to get into fifth place somehow. Green flag is out, and a massive jump from the front row leaves most of the field snookered there on the restart. Marcus Hagman trying to work that outside over Kobe Sutphin. Both of these guys are on the same lap tires, and 14 is getting swallowed up back there. The spin in the back. Oh my goodness! Landon Mills with a huge problem, a huge accident, got turned around off of the corner and is now stuck in the fence somehow.
Well, let's see how. It was 3 wide there coming through turn 2.
Sideways was the 38, just clips him. And then
the 47,
somehow,
and oh, that's very weird.
yeah, somehow after the contact with the 47, it just
And I'm pretty
launched him
sure
into the fence.
I'm pretty sure I heard an engine there as well.
Yeah, so
So
that's been a
someone's
strong
got an
guy all
engine.
day.
Yeah.
Now I've taken the jinx roll from you. I said he was probably going to be the only one faster than the 19. Goes out, gets that pass done, makes a pit stop, gets caught back in the hornet's nest, and his day is done in a very bizarre and abrupt way.
Yeah, I think we've had our fair share of weird iRacing incidents. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any more of those. And if there are any incidents, they're actually at least trying to look realistic.
Yeah, that's a tough one there for the 20 car.
Yeah, but I guess that's just how it goes with sim racing sometimes.
It sure is, the iRacing gods giveth and the iRacing gods taketh. It's
You've always got to leave your little netcode bubble. Because he's been getting very close to the cars all day. Honestly,
he certainly has. They've been
yeah.
working for him, but
Yeah, I think I probably would have left a lot more room than him any time, but obviously you can't leave room if you're in a crash.
yeah, there was nowhere for him to go in that sense. I mean,
if you end up inside another car, then who knows what's going to happen, because that's just not how physics works in general.
So Marcus Hagman leads over Kobe Sutphin. Skylar Carnes has gotten his way back up to third. Michael Iskandar in fourth. John Hopley in fifth. He's up 27 spots from the start of the race, so currently our biggest mover.
Yeah, biggest mover, and importantly, one of the drivers who is still fighting for the chase spots. But he is, well, at the start of this race, he was 75 above cutoff, who is Travis Browder down in 12th. So he's looking strong to extend that and solidify his position. Obviously, the top 12 will get reset onto the same amount of points. I believe it's 8,000, but that doesn't really matter.
Oh, is there any? Is it a total reset, or is there any bonus points for being the top finisher in the regular season? Or
I'm pretty sure it's just a straight reset. I will have to check with Ria before next time around.
That's going to be crazy stuff, though. And like we said, next week we're starting it with the longest night of the year, the Coca-Cola 600. Special start time, 3:30 Eastern. Look for us there a couple hours earlier than you're used to seeing us, because 400 laps, 600 miles, it's going to take a while. We are going to, adjust our start time according to that. And yeah, we hope to see you there. It's going to be a great show. Looks like we've got a single file restart here with Marcus Hagman electing to cover that outside to try to prevent a pass from happening. 60 miles an hour, leading them down. Green flag is out. Everybody's trying to bunch up there at the last second, but spread out for the most part as we go down into turn one. Joey Burgee wasting no time to the inside of the 6 as Kobe Sutphin trying to get back out front. Led a couple laps earlier. He's trying to work the inside of Marcus Hagman. Skylar Carnes been the strongest car all day, and now that the 20 car, Landon Mills, is out, he might just be the one to beat. As you see, Sutphin sliding up just a little bit. Hagman's going to slide up more, and Sutphin's actually going to get clear for the lead. Not quite. Doesn't choose to go up there and clear him. He might have had an inch or two to get it done off of turn 4, but stays down low. He's going to try to clear him going down into turns 1 and 2. There, he still not quite clear as a 54. Holding tight on the outside. A little bit of a shake up towards the back of the pack as you see one car slower on the inside. And there's Skylar Carnes trying to force his way through, make himself a part of this battle. That's going to help Sutphin get out into the lead.
Yeah, Carnes was just sitting behind this and waiting for these guys to get it done, but obviously they've been going at it for about 3 or 4 laps now, so Carnes now getting... my apologies, is getting his way into the action. Just trying not to make it 3 wide.
Yeah, Sutphin finally gets clear of the 54, and now the 19's going to try to make quick work of him as well. And look who's right behind him, Joey Burgee. After an aggressive move on the restart, getting a couple spots, has now chased down the battle for second, trying to maybe put his name in the hat. Kobe Sutphin getting a bit more of a gap here. As clear is the 19. He sent it pretty deep in there.
Let's see if Hagman can get a run here onto the back stretch.
Kobe got loose there coming up off the turn 2.
Doesn't look like Hagman has anything, so Carnes has that position now. And he's going to be looking forward definitely towards Kobe Sutphin. Sutphin, who's made up 22 spots to be in this first position.
Yeah, this is where the pressure's on. I mean, this is a long time to go left in this race. We got 65 laps, 64 laps next time around. That's a long time to keep a super strong car in your rearview mirror. I mean, these cars are on fixed setup, but when somebody gets it down, it's tough, you know. Tough to try to beat them. As you see a little bit of contact there between the 14 and 53. Russell Brodka racing the 14 pretty hard there. Isaac Wilson getting in front now.
Yeah, Bradka's going to be racing with all he's got because he's hoping to get up to these guys in the lead, as Joey Burgee is now putting a challenge to Skylar Carnes for second place.
Skylar off to the corner. Burgee trying to get up into second place. The second half of this race has been a totally different story than the first one. I mean, attrition has been a huge factor, but I mean, we're getting more green flag racing and we're seeing a lot more passing up front. And at a track that's this tough to complete a pass, I mean, you see the battle for the lead lasted 3-4 laps. We'd love to see that. And the battle for second now lasting as many laps as Austin Cook tries to throw his name into the hat now.
Yeah, Burgee just showing here that you don't need a rear bumper to have speed around this track. He doesn't have one. He doesn't care. He's trying to go for second place, but not quite working out. Austin Cook nearly getting into the back of him there. But just going deep into the turn.
Yeah, Cook's going to try to get a nice run coming up off of 2 here. It's interesting to see if he looks down, tries to make a move for third place. Not this time. One thing to kind of keep in mind, though, Kobe Sutphin has a little bit older tires than these guys up front. Not by much. It's only 12 laps, and we have had some quick cautions after that pit stop. But it's worth noting, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely still something to think about it. Yeah, definitely still something to think about. As Cook was very close there to the back of the car.
Oh, we got a spin down the back straightaway. The 34 car of Johnny Castle has stopped on the track, and that's going to bring out a caution.
Looks like he spun off the track. This didn't cause a caution, so there was nothing. Yeah, there was nothing here because he was off the track. Just comes back on, and it's going so slowly that iRacing decides to bring a caution for it. At this point in time, knowing that some of these guys probably still have to pit, because we're probably going to be seeing more green flag running in the last portion of this race, would you pit now?
I mean, it really depends on who's got tires at this point. I think this isn't a bad time to come into the pits, maybe make the money stop. We're going to see. Joey Burgee elects not to, but the 54 Marcus Hagman does pit. It looks like he's the only one. Gavin Marlin going to come on to, John Hopley, Dave Corshane. Bob Wyckoff is also on the pits.
Yeah, so a few drivers deciding, yes, this is the time to pit. That's going to be their last pit stop if all goes well for them. Because they should have the tyres and fuel to get to the end from here. As we see Sutphin here still in the lead. He's going to have another restart to do, and he's going to have to contend with the number 19 again here, who's been strong on the restarts so far, but hasn't really imposed himself too much on the last few. Not immediately,
yeah,
anyway.
Being back on the front row, though, we've seen how strong he is from that outside. He's been amazing when it comes to anticipating when the leader's going to go if he's not the leader. And I think if he can get up to turn one with his with still a position on the right rear corner of the 8, he's probably going to be in good shape to make a pass. Might have been Captain Obvious right there. If he's still there, he can pass him, but I think it's going to be key for Kobe to try to get clear going down into turn number 1 if he's going to try to hold this lead. Don't give him the outside. Don't let him get that position on you, because you know that's been a strong car all race. And well, it'd just be really cool to start 23rd and win a race.
Yeah, well, that would be cool. I think we've probably seen it before, and I'm sure we'll see it again, because there's a lot of these drivers who just strategize when they want to qualify and when they don't. Obviously, we saw basically half the field not qualifying, and that's for most, if not all of them, on purpose, just to try and avoid any early incidents, give themselves as much time as possible to react. And it's worked out well for a lot of these drivers, because there's a lot of green numbers up at the front, so that shows that they've made up positions rather than losing them.
Yeah, and it definitely helps in that case when you've had as many cars caught up in incidents. You know,
yeah.
You got to take your lumps in a race like this, and you know, even if you got a bit of damage on your car, the fact that you make it to the finish, that's the big goal at this point. I mean, we got 56 laps to go here on the restart, and I think 15 left on the lead lap. And of course, Shane is the last guy in the lead lap, and yeah, we'll see here on the restart. Skylar Carden's trying to position himself just right. Kobe Sutphin takes the green flag, and Skylar's right there with him. Skylar once again with a great restart. Down to the inside, Kobe's going to try to stay with them. Gonna slide up just a bit, coming up off of 2, but Skylar Carnes back into the race lead.
Yeah, he's really strong off of those restarts, and we're just going to see Joey Burgee here. Was looking for a move on Austin Cook. Browder trying to make it round, but Browder's now trying to be, well, the 3's trying to pass him, but the 3's being battled by Battle. Didn't mean that pun, that just happened. But there's a lot of action here coming off the start. Ooh, the 3 getting really close to the 18, bit loose.
Yeah, that was a close moment there for both of those guys. Just a little bit sideways from the 3 car of Gavin Marlin. Going to lose the spot to Battle this time around, but as we see just left your screen, the battle for the lead is staying incredibly close. We are not, well, now it's a couple car lengths more than it was, but Kobe Sutphin's not really letting the 19 drive away from him like that.
Yeah, he's going to try everything he can to try and get past, or try and get back past, at least try and stay on the back of him, because if you get a long green flag run, you don't really want the guy ahead of you just to run away. Obviously, no. These cars have lower downforce on these shorter tracks, but it can still be quite important to stick with the guy behind in front of you.
Oh yeah,
bit loose.
You see a little bit loose there for Kobe. He's giving it everything he's got. He's been here before, you know. It's a little bit. I mean, he's not run full time. He's only run 7 out of the I think the 14 races so far this season. So he's been a part timer, but he did get himself a win. He's not totally out of the realm in terms of, you know, running up front in these races. As you see, just a little bit of a slide from the 19 now in the lead. Kobe follows suit right behind him. Carnes and Sutphin are giving each other everything they've got. Austin Cook trying to get his way up into this lead battle as well, right on the rear bumper of the 8.
Yeah, you can tell how much these guys are pushing when they slide it a bit. Looks like the 8's now
gap. Oh, nice move to the inside. Not going to be enough. Might give Cook a chance to look to the outside.
I think the key not going to be enough yet because he's alongside again. Now has got his nose in front. 19's going to get the run off onto the start-finish straight though.
That was close quarters combat right there. Cook now trying to take advantage of Sutphin rocking the inside lane. Sutphin trying to get up and clear him. Not going to happen. Not quite. Those guys are racing close. Joey Burgee trying to get his name in the hat. Trying to
3 nearly.
Slide down. Maybe make it 3. No, he didn't. Thought a little bit better of it. Sutphin trying to stay clear in front of the 33, who actually slides up just a little bit. Joey Burgee thought about taking advantage of it, but couldn't quite get his nose down there. Sutphin successfully defends second place from the 33. Just now, or now, is now setting his sights back on the 19 of Skylar Carnes.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't say that too quickly. It looked like Cook was about to make a move straight back here, and looks like we've got some stuff going on at the back of this little train here. We've got Battle versus Hagman for 6th place on the road. Travis Browder just ahead of that. Battle might actually be looking at Browder into this turn if he can go up fast enough. Not quite, although I think he's just about alongside him. Won't be on exit.
Battle's getting hairy here. Hagman wants to figure out which guy is going to go so he can follow him through. He's backing off just a little bit here while they figure it out.
Yeah, look at these top 3. They are right next to each other.
They are all over each other. This 19 is not driven away the way I thought he was going to, and now Sutphin's, he's driven right back to his back bumper. You got to wonder if maybe 19 has pushed his stuff a little too hard, or maybe these guys just got something left in the tank they weren't showing early on. Sideways again for the 33. I said if anybody's, if we're playing a drinking game, sideways is the word, and you
I think I'm in the hospital at the moment. Yeah,
you should probably reach out to somebody because I've said that so much today. These guys have been absolutely pushing the limits of these cars. And look at all the different lines that these guys are trying. This top 6, they're all right under a blanket, and there's probably 4 different distinct lines that they're running.
Yeah, absolutely. There's so much choice you can have around here. Obviously, it's a lot flatter than some of the tracks that we are used to. So it just gives you a lot more freedom on which lines you can take. You can be sort of outside to inside to outside. You can stick outside the entire time. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. As Austin Cook getting now very close to the back of Kobe Sutphin. It said Ria Ferris crashed on my timing, but we don't have anything yet for that.
No caution has come out here. I'll jump on that, try to figure out what happened.
Looks like Battle's going for the inside of Burgee now for 4th place. Oh, that's Kobe Sutphin. No, that's not Kobe. Yes, it is Kobe Sutphin. Sorry, they're 3 wide now coming into 3. Sutphin got very loose off of 2 and lost the spot to Cook, lost it to Battle, lost it to Burgee, and he's now racing Hagman to try and keep 5th place. These guys now passing Ria Ferris on the inside.
She had the same deal that happened to her before. She just got a little bit loose coming through 3 and 4 and locked it down to try to stay off the track, and didn't hit anything, didn't bring out a caution. So unfortunate for Ria Ferris, but we race on. She is the first car lap. Got us Caleb Battle sideways there through 3 and 4. Nice. We've seen Battle with a few nice saves today. He has definitely battled that car quite a bit. And I did mean that.
Nice one. Yeah, no, he's proving why he's the points leader there, because we know he has pace. He's been up towards the front the entire time, but if you have pace and you can't make those saves, then you're probably just going to be crashing out a lot. As he's making a save again, he's sideways on a lot of these corners. I wonder whether he's just spent the tires already.
You know, I think it really just goes to show how much extra horsepower 200 is for these cars. I mean, when we're running a track like Texas, and even next week at Charlotte, you're going to have a lot more on throttle time. You know, most of the race, you're probably going to be 80% throttle, maybe 20% off throttle time. Probably less off throttle time at the beginning of the runs, but you're not going to see him getting loose and sliding around like that at Charlotte. I think most of the incidents that we'll see will probably be due to contact.
Yeah.
But man, these cars are just so fun to watch. These guys driving the absolute wheels off them.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for the first time since the last caution, we are now completely single file in the field. As closest gap here is between Battle and Browder, actually, for 5th place. Never mind that, Cook and Hagman.
Yeah, Austin Cook is under fire from Hagman. Hagman's got the freshest tires, about 18 laps fresher than Cook and Carnes, so be interesting to see how that plays into effect here. He was just kind of biding his time when everybody was crazy racing up front.
Yeah, well, he's been
that one's found himself in 3rd place.
He's been quietly making up spots since the last caution. And looks like he's going to try and make a move here on Cook. He's down on the inside.
Yeah,
Cook's going to get the run.
No banking.
Yeah. Obviously that means Cook has the run onto the backstretch. Because outside means you can get onto the throttle that much earlier. But if Hagman can get alongside in one of the straights, then he's definitely got a good shot of getting up to 2nd place. Obviously now he's going to be racing to try and get up to the front, because who knows whether we're going to get a very extended green flag run. Who knows whether Carnes is going to have to pit again, so he's going to have to try and just go for it.
About not to hit that.
Yeah, I'm trying to phrase it in a certain way, but those two are now alongside.
Yeah, this is a great battle. Contact there. Up the racetrack goes Cook, but these guys are going to get away from it okay. I think that might have been a touch of net code there, might have been a little bit of an actual touch, but you could see how that car jumped upon contact. And I wonder if Austin Cook maybe doesn't see what we did.
Yeah, he jumped a little bit and then moved up the track, but it looks like it was a completely side-on-side. So luckily nothing doing there, but
I believe
is Hagman just letting him through? Yeah, looks like it.
Hagman says, I don't want to pass you that way, bud. Let's try this again. A respectable call there by Marcus Hagman.
Good to see the sportsmanship there, but that does just let Carnes get away from them both that little bit more.
Yeah, Carnes loves to see that. Loves to see the sportsmanship, but he also loves to see those cars in his rearview mirror just getting smaller and smaller. And now Hagman's actually he's not as quick to the back bumper as to the 33's back bumper, I should say, as he was earlier.
It looks like Kobe Sutphin's now down pit road.
Yeah, I wonder if he maybe had some contact or something. Was on a little bit older tires than these guys. I don't know if I don't know totally what a fuel run is with 65% fuel here. You know, you've almost got to wonder if any of these guys can. How safe are these guys, rather?
Yeah, it gets to be an interesting one, really, when when we don't quite know how much fuel they've got. I think they're just well, obviously driving as quick as you can for now, and then if you got to pit, you got to pit. If you don't, you don't. Battle having to save the car once again.
That man has got to have a lot of rear brake bias. You see the way he jumps into the corner, and you know, He's been diving it in pretty deep, especially when he gets down to the inside, and you almost think he's going to get, you can see there, he's sideways again coming to Papa 2, but you almost think he's going to lose it on entry. You can kind of see him kick it in there. You see it a lot more when he's on the inside of somebody, but...
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming into the pits. Yeah, so we've got pit stops happening now. Jalen Battle pits from 6th place on the racetrack. A green flag pit stop at New Hampshire is something you want to do absolutely perfect because you will get lapped, and you might go 2 laps down. It's a very short track. You're going to spend about 38 seconds on pit road. Isaac Wilson had 44 seconds on the pits.
We've now got Cook and Hagman going at it. Hagman just trying it on the inside of Cook. Once again for 2nd place, but nothing happening so far.
Jalen Battle with a 14.8 second pit stop. He spent 41 seconds on the pit lane, so we'll have to see what these lap times look like.
Yeah, it looks like he's come out pretty close to Sutphin, so that's basically where he would have been without the pit stop anyway, if neither of them were pitted, so I don't think either of them lost too much time in that compared to one another. So if these guys still have to pit, I think they're both still within good contention.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with you. Just to kind of bring some attention to, you'll lose about a second or so. Looking at lap times here for Marcus Hagman, he ran a 29.70 was his fastest lap of this run. His fastest lap of the race was a 29.44. And he's sitting at about 38 last time around, 38.04. So, I mean, a second and a half is probably what you'd expect to lose here on older tires. So you wonder if maybe the undercut for Battle, he knew he wasn't going to be able to outrace them or work his way up into the top 5, into the top 3, and race for the win. Maybe he thought the undercut, spend a couple extra laps on fresher tires and gain time that way is the call.
Yeah, well... honestly, looking at how I was having to drive that car, I'm not sure that he would have made it to the end on the tyres, let alone the fuel, but Hagman's going to try it again.
Yellow is out!
Not going to get the chance. That is big for pit stops,
that spells
though.
disaster for Jalen Battle. Going to take a look here and see Isaac Wilson all on his own here, coming through 3 and 4.
It just drops into the wall.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that's what you get sometimes.
Well, yeah. I'll pull a Mike Joy
stops
and say this changes everything.
It absolutely does, because I'm sure we're going to see pit stops here. And actually, this is at the point where Sutphin would get a wave around, but Battle would not. So this has turned out to be very crucial. And there we go.
Everybody's
as expected.
Coming.
Everyone.
Look them if you got them, as they say. If you got tires, put them on that car, smoke them as you get out of the pits, and get a little heat in there.
Mike Iskandar choosing not to. Very bold, but he does need every point he can get here. So, clearly hoping that he can stay out in front, and if any incidents happen behind him, then that's going to work well for him. But bold move trying to stay out in front, because these guys behind are going to be on 30 lap younger tyres, because we've got Iskandar and Hopley. Yeah,
it's going to be a fun one. We've seen guys on restarts kind of hold their position on 20 lap tires, but like I said, your fastest lap is probably going to be about a second and a half quicker than what you were running right before that caution came out, and it's going to be a tough task to try to keep these guys behind you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well they're going to be able to do that, because to be honest, it's going to be a very interesting one. considering that all of those laps will also run on green flag, because they pit in the last caution. All those 30 or something laps will run under green. But
now I'm just gonna bring this up because I'm just noticing this. We've only got, I think, 9 minutes, 8 minutes left in this session.
oh,
I think this is gonna come down to a timed race. I don't know if we're gonna get all 200 laps in. So
yeah, they do.
We'll keep an eye on that.
They do keep
and
a
we'll let
strict
you know.
time limit here as well. So
Yeah. So as soon as that clock hits 0, it's hitting 2 hours 16 minutes 55 seconds now. It's a 2 hour 25-minute time limit. So we've got 8 minutes left as of right now. 8 minutes from now, the white flag will fly after the leader crosses the line. So yeah, more than likely not going to finish out all 200 laps here, but
I'm just seeing if I can get that information up somewhere.
I've just got my my main screen on it. If you can't, I'll definitely keep us posted. I'll count down every second. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But we are doubling up here. We're going to have about 7 minutes of green flag racing. Probably 6 minutes of green flag racing left. You could finish 12 laps in that time. You could also get a caution, and that would definitely... I mean, it could end this race.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this one ends and when the checkered flag starts to fly. But for now, all these drivers are going to be thinking about is getting their restarts perfect. This is going to be a key one for Iskandar and Hopley, and for their chances of getting into the chase. Pace car comes down pit lane. It's going to be a green flag. Iskandar is already gone. He gets a massive jump there on the rest of the field.
That
Carnes
is exactly
alongside
what he needed. Carnes is going to make quick work of the 6 car. Actually, the 6 slides up and hits the wall. He's going to get out of that all right, but look at that. Those car lengths that Iskandar had on the initial restart. As we got a guy sideways down the back straightaway, the 38 car. Spins to the inside wall. I don't think that's going to bring out a caution just yet. Here's Skylar Carnes making the big move to the inside to take the race lead back. Fresh tires prevail as Iskandar back to second. Austin Cook trying to make a move down to the inside for second place now. Michael... I'm looking at the wrong score. Marcus Hagman, yeah. Trying to make it 3 wide there on the bottom. We have 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. Words are hard right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've managed to get a timer up, but it looks like it's wrong. So unfortunately, that's not going to be very helpful. Just minus about 5 minutes from that, as we're 3 wide for 6th place. Looks like Marlin's going to come.
Go sideways is Russell Bronca. Try to get everything he can. He knows this is it in terms of his chase hopes. He's gonna have to get a couple more spots there as he works the outside of Iskandar. That 18 being in front of him, that kind of spells the end of his hopes.
I have to say, yeah, Browder has played this out very well. So it's going to take a lot for things to change here.
So we have just under 5 minutes remaining in this race. Pretty close gap up front. Only 2/10 separates the top two. 4/10 right behind them to 3rd place, and we've got ourselves a race on our hands almost everywhere around this racetrack. As you see, Travis Browder trying to defend 5th place from the 3. Gavin is going to slide up just a little bit. Gavin Marlin almost hit him in the middle of the corner. I thought he was going to, but
yeah,
good driving there to.
Browder's got to be careful here with how much he defends, I think. I don't think he's going to be able to drop back enough to be able to gift his chase spot to someone else, but I could be proven wrong, and he's just going to want to keep it in a straight line and keep it as far up as he possibly can. As Sutphin now is getting past Iskandar.
Yeah, just under 4 minutes left on the time limit here. So things are heating up in a hurry. Still about 3/10 separate your leaders here, and Travis Browder sitting 12th place in the playoffs. Keep saying playoffs because I've been so used to the Cup Series, but the Chase's final seed right now. He gets loose coming up off of 2. Still defending that position, trying to hold on to 5th place from Gavin Marlin.
Yeah, Marlin here just showing that if he would have been in this series from the start, then he probably would have been one of the drivers up into the chase. But unfortunately, this is his first race with the ISNF. But he's still making a name for himself here as he's going down the inside of Browder.
Sideways there for Gavin Marlin, and yeah, like you said, he's been insanely consistent all race. You know, we haven't seen him outside of the top 10. He was racing for the lead earlier, had a little bit of contact with the 20 on a restart. You know, came in and got that damage fixed on a pit stop, worked his way back up, sitting 6th place, trying to get a top 5 spot in your debut in this league is huge. I mean, you've got some insanely talented guys up in here. And
looking at the picture on his driver profile, I'm assuming that's going to be him in that vehicle. I don't know how to describe that one on the dirt, so I'm assuming he's used to going sideways.
As we approach 2 minutes left before the white flag, the gap up front has increased another 10th, so Skylar Carnes trying to keep Cook behind him, but this is the closest battle we've got on the track right now. Gavin Martin has not... Oh, and he hits him! Around goes Travis Browder into the wall. That's not going to do too much. And he gets hit again there from the 8 of Kobe Sutphin. And he gets hit again by the 10!
I think this is going to spell...
Is he stuck?
He looks stuck.
He's... Oh, no.
I think this is going to spell the end of our race.
There's only 90 seconds left in the session. This is going to end the race, so Skylar Carnes will win this race. I believe Travis Browder can only lose 3 spots from where he's at right now. Sitting in 12th place, I think Ria Ferris and Bob Wyckoff are the only ones who can pass him. Derek Cook is too many laps down. So that is a shocking end to what has been a roller coaster of a race, to say the least. We had a lot of incidents early on and a lot of short track happenings. I mean, look at how that winner's car looks. That's I'm not going to pull a Talladega president and say that's how a race winning car should look, but he definitely went through a lot in this race, and looking at that car after the fact, he's going to feel pretty good about winning it.
Yeah, and Browder's going to want to get out there as soon as possible, actually, because...
well, he had to take a toll.
Yeah, well, that could be a really unfortunate thing, because it's hang on. Let me just...
I think he can only lose one more spot. Derek Cook is the only guy who can pass him. Jamie Kerr is 6 laps behind Derek Cook, so...
Because at the moment he's losing... He's losing 29 points to Bratka. Yeah, only Cook can pass him, so he should be alright.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming we're getting pretty close to 0 on that timer.
Yeah, we are past 0. This should be the white flag. I'm not.
I didn't see a white flag, and my
I didn't either.
I got the tower graphic up now, and it says 3 to go. So.
Well, I might not know iRacing as well as I thought I did.
I'm just sort of going to go ahead and trust it that we might still have some running left. Yeah.
Look at how dark it's getting here. Overcast skies here in the New England area.
What's the lighting like at this track?
Oh, there are no lights.
Well, they're going to have to get it done pretty quickly then, because the pace car, well, the pace car lights are on, but it's lighting the track up in front of it as well.
Well, we'll see what happens here coming across the line. The way everybody's kind of doubling up makes me think this might be it. Nope, going another one.
2 to go. Looks like we're going to get a restart.
Well, that must be that must be a loophole with the caution coming out when time ends. There must just be an automatic green-white checker.
Yeah, maybe so. Either way, since the tower graphic appears to be the most accurate, we'll keep that one up. It seemed to know what was going on before we did, but
all right, well, we've got ourselves a restart. I believe a green-white checker, and I can't imagine this session's going to let us finish the final 8 laps, but well, we're just going to enjoy some good racing here for a green-white checker. Skylar Carnes leads Austin Cook in second. Pace car goes in. Green flag is out. A nice restart from Skylar Carnes in the lead. Joey Burgee going to try to get out there and take second place and maybe try to get up and steal a win. Austin Cook pushes hard on the outside. Guys are getting sideways, side by side. Travis Browder is back out onto the track. He's yawed out in a very, crabbing is the right way to put that. We come through 3 and 4. We going to see the white flag this time? Nope.
we're not going to see anything by the looks of things. It stays 1 to go on my graphic as Burgee is down the inside of Cook.
Well, we apologize for not being totally certain on the circumstances of the finish of this race, but
maybe my timer was correct and yours was wrong.
That may be so, because I'm showing 2 hours and 28 minutes elapsed out of 2:25, so
I'm showing 2:24 of racing with 40 seconds to go. We see Marlin on the outside of Battle, trying to get as far up as possible before we eventually do get that white flag, which I believe will be coming around this time. So we're going to get close to race distance if we don't get there.
Yeah, we might have 2 to go here.
Yeah, it looks like it would be 2 then if
a big bump to the back of Austin Cook there. Joey Burgee trying to get another spot. Moves down to the inside, and there is the crab walking 18. That is a beautiful sight. That is dedication to the game and, trying to prevent himself from losing one more spot. As the race is over.
Checker.
The race is over.
Who's going to get it for second place?
Second place goes to Austin Cook. Your race winner, Skylar Carnes.
Second in a row for Skylar.
Wow. That's good momentum going into the chase. Definitely the way you want to get this done. That is a beautiful sight to see that 18 car totally sideways but still finishing the race.
Yeah, and he's going to stop that as soon as possible.
Oh yeah. I'm sure it wasn't fun for him to drive, but
absolutely not at the end, but let me just get the results graphic up once I can, and there we go. There is confirmation. Skylar Carnes winning there at New Hampshire, with Austin Cook right behind Joey Burgee in third, and Marcus Hagman and Jalen Battle round out your top 5. And we see there Carnes doing his victory donuts.
Yeah, congratulations to Skylar Carnes on a fantastic race. It definitely didn't come easy. You can tell by the damage on all corners of that car. But he stuck with it, kept his head down, and got it done. Wild circumstances to end this race, about 3 laps earlier than we expected to, but it's all right.
Yeah, in the end, I don't think any of the chase spots changed around.
No, I believe Travis Browder
Yeah.
solidifies himself as the 12th seed, and it was a valiant effort by Brodka. He got close, but
Yeah, I mean, after that unfortunate incident for Browder, he caught up by 29 points, but that's not enough to make up the 42 gap. So he got close, so congratulations to him for getting so close. But unfortunately, he will not be in the race for the overall title when we go into the final few races.
yeah, just to finish out your top 10 here, Gavin Marlin, Russell Brodka, John Hopley, Mike Iskandar, and Ria Ferris rebounds quite well to get a top 10.
Yeah,
Dave Carshane was the last car to lead lap at 11th, so...
Yep, I'm just gonna run through these on the graphic. It's only fair. A lot of these guys fighting hard for to get where they finished. Landon Mills there in 22nd place. Quite an unfortunate incident, I think. A really weird. Let's just call that an iRacing moment to put him into the wall.
Yeah, I mean, it probably wasn't going to be too terrible of an incident for him. A little bit of damage from getting tagged, but just getting launched into the fence like that was certainly unfortunate. And I mean, after having such a strong race, it's tough to see one of the strong runners all day get taken out like that. But what do we say? The iRacing gods give and take, and they took from him there.
Yeah, absolutely. And who do we reckon we want in first for an interview? We go third through first.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's get Joey up in here.
Hello, Joey. Do you copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Well, congratulations on the third place. It was very much so a fought victory, and just coming down there after 196 laps after the time ran out. How do you think that went for you?
Well, at the beginning, I ended up I got a black flag at the beginning of the race because the inside line checked up and I was down 2 laps. So considering I was 2 laps down for I think the first 10 or so laps, I'll take it. It was really good. Near a little bit like halfway after the incident with Landon, it went a little downhill. I thought I was close to getting DQ'd because I had like a 14x or something. But aside from those, it was a really clean race. Thank you to Marcus for letting me race Austin because I just wanted the top 3 more than anything, and I got to thank him for that. Everyone raced very cleanly. I can't really complain about how it was. I mean, the cautions were a lot, but I just kept making my way up through the field. I think I did that like 3 or 4 times, and it honestly was a good end to it. Third place out of it. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, a huge comeback for you. We saw you work your way through the field plenty of times. I mean, and like you said, the racing was clean. I guess what was the best battle you had out there? Because you had a lot of them. That last one at the end with Cook was pretty great, but
definitely the one with Landon. Because 1, it was for the lead, and 2, we were slipping and sliding the whole time. He kept getting under me. I kept getting the run on the outside, and then he finally got past me again. So that was definitely the best battle out of all of them that I had. But I think the battle, just trying to not end up getting killed in the race, I think that was the biggest one. But in terms of actual people, Lane was definitely or at least my favorite out of all of them. Austin raced cleanly in the last few laps. I gave him a shot in 2. I didn't want to wreck him. I didn't want to send him into the wall. I throttled it up like a tiny bit just to get him out of the groove. But he got me in 3 and 4. So it was hard racing with him there. It's fun racing the guy. He's awesome to race with. I haven't raced him many times, but out of all the times that I have raced him, it was very, very good. So definitely looking forward to doing that a lot more now. and definitely having a lot of fun, even with the cautions, even with all the stuff that did happen to me personally. With ended up getting more damage, I think, from one of the restarts because they ended up checking up again, and the guy behind me didn't have enough time to check up. But it's whatever. It's what happens. Nothing really you can do about it. But I'm glad we were able to recover to P3 out of all things. I was looking to win. I was hoping we would win, especially after Landon got out. But I just don't think I saved my tires enough compared to Skylar and Austin. But we're gonna hopefully get it next week.
Rock on, Joey. Well, a fantastic drive from you. Anybody want to shout out here?
Yeah, I gotta thank the guys behind Jacob Company's number 15, Chevy Camaro. Gotta thank technical teammates Marcus and Russell, especially Marcus. Like I said, I already thanked him earlier. Gotta thank everybody for just racing clean, even when they weren't wrecking. Except for one guy. I'm not gonna say who it was, but he'll know. But anyway. Gotta thank all of them. Gotta thank you guys for broadcasting this. I bet it was definitely fun to watch, especially with all the battles going on. And yeah, hopefully we'll be back next week, and hopefully we can run just as competitively.
Yeah, it was a great one to watch from our side, and congratulations again on third place, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.
Cool, so I think now we can get Austin up in here.
Sounds good.
Second place interview. Hello, Austin, do you copy?
I can hear you.
Cool, well, congratulations on the second place, first of all. It was a very hard-fought one in the end, a very interesting race from our perspective. I'm sure it was from your perspective. Just talk us through it a bit.
I mean, the whole race was pretty much the definition of short track racing. People got into people, and towards the end, I kept getting into some people. But I had nothing for Skylar. He was just faster than the whole field there at the end, but I'm glad to come home with a P2.
Yeah, you mentioned it's basically just short track racing all around, and I was talking during the broadcast about how this is probably the biggest short track that we go to. Kind of walk us through passing people. How tough was it to pass? And seen a lot of battles, but completing a pass.
Kind of like you said, it's real short track racing, so inside lane wouldn't work there at all. So you just had to kind of balance the outside with the inside and just go in high, exit low, and you would make a good pass off that.
Rock on, man. I mean, that last couple laps there battling with Joey, you guys definitely raced hard. Did you think he was going to get you? Or?
Me and him were screaming back and forth on the radio saying, "Don't wreck me." He's like, "I will."
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, congratulations in the end, and is there anyone that you need to thank before we let you go and celebrate?
Thank Joey for racing me clean, thank my parents for giving me the opportunity to race, and just thank God for giving me the P2.
Cool, well, thank you very much for racing and giving us a good show. And congratulations again on your second place. We'll let you go. And
thank y'all for putting up the broadcast too.
Yeah, and good luck going into next week.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Yep,
You
you
too.
Right, cool.
Rock on, and now it's time for our winner, Skylar Carnes. We'll get him up into...
Hello, Skylar, do you copy?
I do.
Well, what can I say apart from congratulations? It's, I believe I'm correct in saying that's 2 in a row.
That is 2 in a row.
Yeah,
First
man,
time running New Hampshire at all, and getting a win there is really good.
Dude, you could have fooled me. I tell you what, you were, bombs away out of the gate. That initial start, you had a great start there, and I mean, there was nobody beating you on restarts. There was a lot of them. Kind of walk us through that approach that you had when you had to kind of work your way through the traffic after that first pit stop.
So after the first pit stop, I was telling my teammate driving the 18, Travis, I was telling him, just follow me through. I'll get you back up front where you need to go. Just follow me. Well, I'm going to take it easy getting around these guys. I'm still going to take it 3 wide if they're slow, but I'm going to give enough room to where if we come pinched off on the exit, we'll be able to do something. But so we did that, and we were just slowly taking it through. And then 2 cautions later, there was a wreck in front of us after a lot of people pit. And I was checking up, the 18 was checking up, everybody else just plowed into the 18, took me in, and we had some damage. I'm surprised if nobody had damage at the end of that race. Everybody was a little bit damaged, but at that point it was just try to get up there as soon as I can, save that right rear up more than anything. That right rear, when you saw people getting loose, it was the right rear going down, and that was the main thing you had to protect here at these flat tracks. Is, if you want to run off the corners, you got to save that right rear. The right front, yeah, you'll still get a little bit tight, but you can control that. So right rear was the main concern on our just getting back up through the field. And even with our damage we had, I knew we still had a fast car. As long as we didn't have any RPM, any engine damage, we were still going to be fast. It's a short track.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, man. I mean, you put out a clinic today, and I mean, a fantastic race from you.
Yeah, I mean, at the end, there's not really much more you can say. You pretty much led it from the front the entire time. There were a few times we had to come through people, but you managed that fine just in the end. And overall, a pretty decent win for you. Is there anyone that you need to thank before you let you go?
I definitely want to thank you two for throwing on the broadcast. It was definitely fun tonight. It was a lot of excitement and a lot of fun hearing you guys broadcast while we were running. I definitely want to thank Ria, Thomas, everybody in the admin chat here in the league. Definitely want to thank all the racers that showed up tonight. Want to give a shout out to my friend Nina. She has stage 4 lung cancer, so this win goes out to her as well. And to everybody else, the fan of the 19 car. Normally I say the 47 because in other leagues I run the 47, but the fan of the 19 car here tonight, this win goes out to you guys, and we'll try to do it again for the Coke 600. Even though I'm not in the playoffs, I'm here for wins.
Awesome stuff, buddy. Well, we appreciate you joining us, and congratulations on such an amazing performance tonight.
Thank you, gentlemen, and I'll see y'all next Sunday for 400 laps around Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully we'll be hearing from you again, maybe with a 3rd win, who knows?
I'll try to keep it going until we can't no more.
Well, congrats again. We'll see you next week.
No problem. Thank you, boys.
Yeah, so there you go. That just about wraps us up. And do you have any closing thoughts?
I don't know, man. That racing was fantastic. It was a lot of fun to watch. We had a lot of yellows, but I mean, like Skylar said, that right rear wearing down, getting people very loose. I don't know. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. And it's well, all those cautions mean that we ended on time, and it's getting quite late here. So we will wrap this up. But remember to join us once again next week for the Coke 600. Yeah, at Charlotte, first race in the chase. We'll see who's going to come out on top of that and get the first lead in the chase. It's going to be at 3:30. Not 3:30. That's the start of the practice time. Race will start at 4 p.m. EST, I believe. So be sure to join for that. Hang on, just getting confirmation. Yep, 4 p.m. EST will be race start for 400 laps around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. I've been Jason, joined by Liam tonight, and we will be back next time around. See you guys later.